Introducing Pubcoin. Pubcoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into Pubcoins. Pubcoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here on Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nussflush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Ken. Kenny Ken wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donuts Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
Bouquett, you son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Ken, Smoke and Mirrors, Director 97. Home. That is the way. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado Custodian, Billy Friedrich. Joe's one all coming down to the finish.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the corporate Peter Low Shack, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a dawn. By the young phenom known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, when we all PSR Pub Sports Radio is all. Is a man named Slaughter and he flipped the script. No competition in this but they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing, better with the bag and you love it. You want a top 10, we above it. Let's check.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Thursday, July 10th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. We have a game popping off here in 14 minutes. 14 minutes. And I have moved on it. We're going to have Justin Mcelvy joining us and Bobano for this very game that's popping off here in 14 minutes. And It's the Orioles are so trash. They're such trash. Clearly, the Orioles are the sharp side here in the marketplace. So, how on earth could you have a David Peterson, and we'll go over stats a little more, 6-4 with a 3.18 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, against a pitcher like Charlie Morton, old Trembolone Morton, 5-7, 5.47 ERA, 1.55 WHIP, and how could you possibly have the Orioles more expensive in the first 5 than the full game? So, of course, would lead you to the Baltimore Orioles. I guess, Gorky, look, I'm not here. This is not a popularity contest. Okay? I'm not here. What is a play that everybody's going to agree with so we can all hold hands and sing songs together? Gorky, yeah, sure, the Mets are playing for it's manhood. There's no such thing as manhood unless you're talking about a circle jerk. Here, MLB spreadsheet play day Mets game 1. I get it. How on earth could the Orioles be more expensive first 5? So, would lead me to wanting to bet the Orioles first 5 at plus 120. But I'm betting the Baltimore Orioles. Obviously, they're a team that just rips the beating heart out of your chest. And so I want to be rewarded more. And the elephant in the room is not what David Peterson has been doing on the road, which we're going to discuss all of this. It's this Mets bullpen has been horrific. So bad. So if I'm going to try to go for a score on the Orioles, shouldn't I make a little more money than this? And the answer to me was yes. I should make more money on this bet. So instead of taking the Orioles first 5, I took the Orioles double result at plus 260. We're going to go over all the line movement. We're going to go over all of the moves right now. But let's bring on our stars of the show who are I'm not sure. I know that one of these guys is moving on the game. But let's bring them on and let's go. We still have 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Thank you, Slassy. We have 12 minutes before first pitch. Lots of time. We're going to talk weather. We're going to talk everything. So, without further ado, coming to us from Canada's Black and Yellow, which is Carter's favorite song, Steel Town, Hamilton, Ontario. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Ian Cameron, to the telecast. Bobano, what's good, man? How are you?
Always good to be here, Jimmy. How are you? Things good?
Things are great. I'm pumped up. I was very, very proud of you. I sent a message to Jose. I was like, well, why don't you get Bobano's action for CFL for the weekend? He sends it in 5-0, 5 bangers he sends in. And your CFL record's looking very good. But we have a game popping off here in 11 minutes. 11 minutes. And we are not alone for this one, my friend. We have a special guest joining us. So without further ado, please welcome, representing Pennsylvania by way of Georgia, star of the Stacks play today, Mr. Justin Mcelvy.
Stacks.
Justin, what's good, man? Welcome to the show. How are you?
Pretty good. Jimmy and Bobano, how is you?
Good to see you, Justin. How are you?
Not bad.
Awesome.
Let's attack this. I have set up my plan of attack here, but let's just quickly set up the weather, ballpark pal, the odds market here, and hear your guys' action. I know that Justin is moving on this game. We'll hear if Bobano is. 82 Fahrenheit, feels like 88, 2.7 miles per hour left to right. After an hour, it starts blowing out, and then it starts going back to blowing sideways. Ballpark pal has Oriole Park very offensive today, plus 15% runs, plus 21% home runs, plus 8% doubles and triples, and plus 5% singles. Line history wise, there has been very little movement in this game. We have a 4-cent move or a 5-cent move towards the Mets from minus 129 to minus 134. And on the total here, we have a 9.5 juice to the under. This opened up at 9. It moved to 9.5. at 9:50 a.m. Eastern time. Cash-wise, according to the board, we have 71% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the New York Mets, 60% of tickets on the under, 53% of cash on the over. I talked about David Peterson for last 3 or 4 starts. Now, last start was really good. 3-2 win at home versus the Brewers. It was very good, but he has looked if he's dealing with a little bit of arm fatigue. He just hasn't looked as strong. On the road, he's had 8 starts. He's allowed 23 earned runs. He's walked 22 batters. His K to walk ratio is far different on the road than it is at home. Opponents hitting 249 against him, and righties hitting 253, 704 OPS. Charlie Morton over the last 5 weeks. Look, his numbers are at an all-star level over the last 5 weeks. Do we believe it? Do we think it's based on Trembolone? Look, I don't have an answer for you, but he's pitching at a very high level. Coming off a 3-2 win at the Braves, went 5 1/3, allowed 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. If you look at his stats over the season, he's a gas can. And if you still believe he's a gas can right now, that's completely valid. Completely valid. Mets are hitting 248, 764 OPS versus righties. Orioles 263, 734 versus lefties. There was a time they weren't hitting lefties. The Mets bullpen is allowing almost 2 more runs over 9 innings last 30 days than the Orioles bullpen. Orioles bullpen 3.86 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. Mets bullpen 5.72 ERA, 1.50 WHIP. So we have 8 minutes till first pitch, and I know that Justin has a stacks play of the day here in game 1. So Justin, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be quick since it's about to start. Stacks play today. Number 1 is Juan Soto at a lovely price, over 1.5 bases at plus 125. And short, I like the weather. He's 8 for 12 off of Morton with 3 bombs. I like this spot for him.
Soto over 1.5 bases at plus 125 for Justin. Ian Cameron, my friend, take it away.
I don't usually love these over spots when it's a day when there's the day before the game gets postponed. I don't always love that, but I'm riding it anyway because I've been on all these Mets overs, game in, game out. Really, this is going back since middle of last week. Once we started to see the starting pitching start to get hammered with injuries, the bullpen start to get hammered with injuries. I mean, this is just a beaten up, decimated pitching staff, starters and bullpen right now. For the New York Mets, and we're seeing it. That's why these games are going over. That's why they're 9-1 to the over in their last 10 games. The New York Mets, their pitching's just not good. Their lineup is still very good, and especially of late. Actually, I don't love the bottom of the lineup still for the Mets, but I mean, when you can throw out what they can throw out there at the top with Nimmo and Soto and Alonso and Lindor, I mean, that's as good as anybody, at the top of the lineup, and they've all been in pretty good form of late. Now, Old Man Morton, as I always like to call him that, he's been better lately. I will give him that, but he still has a 5 ERA at Camden this year, which isn't great. I think the Mets, the way they've been hitting, can do a little bit of damage, and we know the Baltimore bullpen all year has been pretty lousy. But then on the flip side, yes, David Peterson on the Mets has been capable. But you look at his home ERA, it's a 2.28 ERA. It's over 4. On the road for David Peterson. 4.48 ERA is what I have for him on the road this year. So he has been noticeably a worse pitcher away from Citi Field. And look at these last 2 road starts. The Pittsburgh Pirates aren't exactly a juggernaut offensively, and we've seen that lately. You know what they did the last time he started on the road, Peterson? And it was at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got 5 runs and 7 hits in 4.2 innings against him. He has had some issues on the road, David Peterson. So the only worry I have is that when, like I said, postponement the next day, sometimes that throws the bats and the hitters out of rhythm, and I've seen it lead to some unders at times. But I'm going to look past that, guys, because of the fact that I've been just riding these Mets overs, taking them day in and day out with this beleaguered pitching staff. So for that reason, I'm going to be on it again here. We'll go with over 9.5 at even money plus 100.
Locked in. Also, Justin, I see you're moving on both side and total. TJ's on the first 5 under here in this one. And we're going to give you guys all a shout out, but we have to get
you want the full game. I think if you want the over, if you like the over in this game, you want the full game. You don't want the first. You want these bullpens part of your handicap because they're both bad.
Yeah, look what happened the last time they played.
Yeah, exactly, Justin. It was all the runs were late in that game.
Yeah, I was on the over in that game, and I was like, I'm shot.
Yep.
And I ended up catching.
So Justin, you're moving on both side and total as well on this one. Do you talk about it and then let us know if you want to make these spots official?
I'll make the over official. That way, I need an odd number of plays anyway. I'll make the over official along with stacks. I am on Baltimore, but I ain't gonna make it official. But I bet it, and I bet it for a full unit.
You are the only. I thought I was on an island with the Orioles, but obviously,
no, we are. We are on an island.
I really like it, but in saying that, do I need to have the only benefit of being on the first five or on a first five individually bet and the full game individually bet is that you can push the first five. That's the only benefit I see. In you know what?
I can't lay it with the Mets on the road. I'm not laying a price on the road with a bullpen that's 6.55 in their last 10 games. That's the Mets bullpen. That's not good.
That's part of the reason why I want the full game.
Yep.
No doubt. If you even go back 30 days, 5.72 ERA, 1.50 whip. The High Owl has Mets to win game 1, Orioles to win game 2. We're going to talk about game 2 here shortly, but we have attacked the board. Tariq B on the Mets in game 1. This game's going off in 3 minutes. We have Gorky, Troy Torrance. Swaggy has Soto for a single at plus 110. Pig Milk play of the day is in. There's a lot of great action in from our cappers in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And Justin, Bobano and I are going to hit CFL very, very quickly. And then we'll have you back in 4 stacks. And our star of WNBA coverage today is Justin Mcelvy as well. He'll be back for WNBA as well. So double duty. Justin, thank you so much for rocking with us in this early game, my man. And we will see you again here shortly, my man.
Appreciate it.
There he is, Justin Mcelvy. We're moving heavy on game 1. Let's get the day off with a bang. I got the plus 260 on the double result. Justin has Soto over 1.5 total bases plus 125. The over 9.5 at even money with Ian Cameron. Great to see all of you guys. Let me just copy and paste a couple things very quickly before we get into the Canadian Football League. And we're going to move quickly. I know you guys want to talk baseball. We're going to get into baseball. We're going to have lots of time. This will take maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's no CFL game tonight, so I'm going to rip through these. Yep.
I love it. I love it. So I'm just going to copy and paste a couple spots here from our friend Gorky. Get this all locked in. Thank you, Gorky, for sharing your action. Being Mets -1, a Lions a double result. Mets -1.5, for game 1. All right, great to see all of this. Rough Riders and Ticats as well for Gorky. When you see our records, now mine's not so good. It's okay. My head's above water, but money talks, and that's why we are going to talk these 3 games out. We're investing in them. We're making money, and it's important to me. Jay Rivera in the house. We got Fernando Mendoza, Slatsy, Markel. Slatsy's on Morton over 2.5 earned runs at -110. Let's get that in for our game 1. Go get it. Slatsy. We got Timmy Two Shoes on Nemo RBI and Soto RBI. Aaron ready to get to work. Steve G in the house. Great to see all of you guys. Dom play, Coin, Rem Most, Nunya ready to get to work. Excited for some Canadian football. We got the Pig Milk play today from Billy Friedrich. Pig Milk, a winner yesterday. And those of you, that's just this year record from his birthday. Pig Milk was a smashing success the year previously. We got Deacon Mike ready to go. Jackie Rose, welcome. Swaggy, thank you for joining us. Redbeard in the house. Tariq B, great to see all you guys. Nicholas Handy, Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet play of the day for Ron Crawford is also the Mets game 1. So we have spreadsheet play of the day for the Mets game 1. A lot of Mets action here in the chat. Shout out to our guy Ron Crawford. Ron Crawford! All right, let's get to work here and get into CFL. And we're going to move quickly here. We start with the Calgary Stampeders, Saskatchewan Rough Riders, McMahon Stadium, Calgary, Alberta, tomorrow night, 75 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 3 miles per hour. I have more interest in this game, and I want to bet it more. I have moved on the Rough Riders double result at -115. I think it's a great situation, a great spot for them. But This line, by the way, is just moving, continues to move. These are big favorites this week. This is continuing to move. I see 6s now on the board for the first time, but this opened up 4.5 at a juice towards the Rough Riders. Now, again, other books come out much earlier than the offshore that I use for our line shopping. So, other books come out much earlier, but this came out on Tuesday morning at 8:18 a.m. with the Rough Riders -4.5. They're now -5.5, -113, and it looks like 6s are coming. This total is now up to 53. I see 53.5. This is a 53 juice to the over, so we're expecting 53.5. It's still 52.5 at 365, and I expect that to change here. The Stampeders coming off their finest performance of the season, 37-16 home victory over the Bombers last Thursday, and they have 8 days between games. Vernon Adams was just 13 of 18 for 222 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he was in complete control. Jalen Philpott caught 2 passes for 75 yards, and Dedrick Mills is playing like we expected him to play last year when he had personal issues that messed him up. 8 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. Now, they were outgained 408 to 334, but they forced the Bombers into 4 turnovers. 2 of them were turned into touchdowns immediately. The undefeated Riders coming off their bye week. They were last seen in a dominant 38-17 victory at home over the Lions in week 4. And they did that without the services of Trevor Harris. You guys know that I'm higher, and we've talked about it, for a couple of years on Jake Mayer than Bobano. And, but again, the Rough Riders this year are a much better team than the Stampeders last year. And we don't need to get into Mayer. We'll get another chance at some point in the season. A.J. Ouellette ran for 139 yards and 23 carries. The Stamps' rush defenses look bad all year long. They're allowing 5.9 yards per carry. That's the most in the CFL. Now, both teams are dealing with injuries at wide receiver, and it's their cluster injuries. The Green Riders are missing Emilus and Sean Bain Jr., left guard Trevin Tate is out as well. The wide receiving core for the Stamps, Reggie Beggleton already on the sidelines. Now Clark Barnes joining him. So I see how high scoring some of the games were last week. I want to bet against this move to the over, but I'm certainly not going to bet it now. I mean, maybe I don't have the confidence to do it. The line's obviously, the total's moving against me, so I wanted to talk it out here first. Bobano, my friend, look at that beautiful CFL record. He sent in 5 winners. What a guy he is.
What a week it was. I wish I liked this card as much. I don't. But
can you send us some winners in CFL? He sends us 5 of them. Bobano, take it away.
Yeah, this is one where I'm going to have a bunch of small bets going, but I don't think I'm going to move on anything official for the show here on this game. I think it's a great game. I think it's a fascinating game because Calgary's come out of nowhere to look like one of the better teams in the CFL so far. And I think it was made official by that performance last week against Winnipeg, which, and I liked Calgary in that spot. I did. I just thought Winnipeg had feasted on, and I think I gave Jose, what did I give him? The Stampeders team total, I think I did, and it flew over. And the full game over as well, which got there in that one last week. But the reason for that bet was, for as good as Winnipeg had looked 3-0 to start the year, dominant in a lot of those games, they feasted on BC twice and Edmonton. Those teams were a combined 1-6 going into last week. And I just figured with Calgary off the bye, which is not so much lately, but if you look back to the 10 to 20 years that it's been John Huffnagel followed by Dave Dickinson as the head coach, this has been a very good team off a bye week. Not as much the last couple of years when Calgary's kind of declined, but they got back to it. They looked awesome. Vernon looked good throwing the ball. They ran it well with Dedrick Mills. And this defense, this is the part of Calgary's team that has been the most shocking. This defense was abominably bad last year. Horrific. Couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass, gave up big plays. This year, new faces galore on the defense, 75% roster turnover on defense. Who the hell knows what they're going to look like? And I thought they were going to struggle early. They've been really good. They've been getting pass rush. They've certainly been forcing turnovers. They've got 2 pick-6s last week on Zach Collaros. Now, you're right about the run defense, and that's what could be a problem for them here. They're still leaky at times stopping the run. And you got to face A.J. Ouellette, who has looked very, very good since he's come back from injury. I like that Saskatchewan's made it a point to focus on running the football, get him involved. So that it does concern me here for Calgary a little bit. You know what? I'm going to go with something. I'd love to see. Do they have the numbers yet here for the props? because I really like this prop. I like this prop more than anything here for this particular football. Shit, they don't have the exact. I don't think they have the exact. Oh, there we go. Rushing yards. Perfect. I'm going to go with AJ Ouellette over 75.5 rushing yards in this game. Minus 114 at FanDuel. FanDuel is very good for CFL. Of course, they're partnered with TSN when it comes to the CFL. But I really like that prop. So much so, and I'm not a big props person in the CFL, but they have committed to the run. I know Trevor Harris is back, and they're probably going to throw the ball maybe a little bit more than they would, say, if Jake Mayer was starting again. But here's the thing. Trevor's coming off an injury. Apparently, it was a head injury. Are they going to want him, a 39-year-old guy coming off some kind of head injury, dropping back 10 times in this game, or 30, 40 times in this game to throw the football? I don't think so. So I think the run game is going to be a heavy component of the offensive game plan here for the Riders against a team that still has shown that they struggle to stop the run, Calgary. That's the one chink in the armor with their defense. So that is what I'm going to make official. I could only look Saskatchewan from a side perspective. I don't like the number at 5.5, and I love the spot that they're coming off a bye. And it is worth noting Mace was 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread in year one off a bye last year. So he was good in this spot. But I don't love the number enough. I am a little worried that the bye comes when they were rolling and playing well, and maybe it throws them off a bit. And I'm not rushing to bet against Calgary with how well they've played so far. So that's what's keeping me off Saskatchewan. I understand your look. I kind of like it, actually. I lean in the Riders' direction. But from an official play standpoint, I'm just going to stick to that prop, which I really, really like. AJ Ouellette over rushing yards.
75.5 at what juice?
Minus 114.
You are in business, my friend. And notice you're not on the over.
Too high. Just a little too high now.
I'm going to try to time this right.
Yep.
And I'm going to bet against it.
I'm on the over, but at 50.5. It's gone up like crazy since then.
It has. I'm going to bet against it. The first half unders have been cashing at such a higher rate than the full game unders. So do I double up on it or just first half? I'll have to make that decision. Let's roll on. And we got to be tight. I know you guys want to talk MLB, but again, look at those records.
When's our next game in MLB, by the way? When is it?
We're next up, we're going to start with Cubbies, Twins, and then we're going to go into game
I was worried it was 12:30. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, no, 1:10 p.m. We're good. Yeah. Okay, let's roll on to the Saturday action. July 12, 7 p.m. Eastern. Ottawa Redblacks 1-4, 1-2 on the road at the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 2-2, 1-1 at home at Hamilton Stadium in Hamilton, Ontario. And our very own Ian Cameron will be sitting there with beer in hand. 83 Fahrenheit, mostly sunny, 5 miles per hour. Beautiful weather for you on Saturday night, Bobano. Let's get into this line history right now. I'm trying not to pay attention to my guy, Mr. Trumbalone, but it's pretty wild first inning so far for him. Let's get into the line history here for game 2. And again, we'll move fast. We'll be done both these games within 6 minutes. For game 2, let's move over to the Friday card here, or sorry, it's the Saturday card, I should say, excuse me. We have the total now at 55. So what I wanted to ask you is, with the Tiger Cats offense rolling and the defense looking susceptible, is the CFL incapable of putting a number high enough? And if that's the case, is this number still fine? Point spread wise here, we have a move towards the Tiger Cats again. This has gone from 4.5 to 5.5, just like the last game. The Red Blacks, let's go! The Red Blacks coming off a 39-33 loss to Edmonton on Sunday. They saw the return of starting quarterback Drew Brown. They have 6 days off between games. Brown went 31-43 for 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The run game looked a little better. Daniel Adeboye and William Stanback combined for 14 carries for 78 yards. Maybe that's because the passing game was looking so strong and it just opened up holes. Maybe it's still a problem. Eugene Lewis caught 8 passes for 75 yards and a touchdown. Cleo Pimpleton caught 6 for 68. They were without the services of wide receiver Braylon Addison. He's not practiced this week, so we expect him that his return is unlikely. Ottawa's defense allowed the Elks' Trey Ford to have a perfect quarterback rating. Well, if they did that, what the hell is Bo Levi Mitchell going to do to them? The Ticats coming off a massive 51-38 victory at Toronto on Friday, 8 days off between games. Bo Levi Mitchell, 19-24 for 332 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Kenny Lawler went off, and I love seeing it. 6 catches for 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm a big Kenny Lawler fan. Lawler leads the league now, 483 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with Ottawa on defense. There's some injuries. There's some injuries in the secondary, and that's a concern for me against the Ticats here going into this game. But I don't want to lay this in this spot with Hamilton. I don't. 5.5. Their defense is still. It's better than it was last year, but I still need to see a little bit more from the Ticat defense before I'm ready to buy in. Drew Brown is back. I thought he was a little bit rusty, a little bit off early in the game last week against Edmonton, but I thought he got better, more comfortable as the game went on last week against the Edmonton Elks. We'll see how he fares here in this. One thing I want to point out, because I do think there's points here. I really do. I mean, it's a high total. I mean, you're not getting any sort of bargains here in this particular game with the total, but I certainly think there's going to be a good chance here for points. But I like the value with Ottawa's team total, Jimmy, in this game. And, I'll always give you an unbiased opinion on the Ticats. Their team total over 24.5 here at -110. I'm locking that in as official. Ottawa Red Blacks team total over 24.5 -110. We have 2 games that Drew Brown has started for the Red Blacks this season. Week 1 against Saskatchewan, they lost, but they scored 26. Last week against Edmonton, they scored 33. So they've gone over 24.5 in both Drew Brown starts this year. And like I said, I've still got some questions about this Ticat D. I like the red. I bet the Ticats team total early in the week. It's now 30.5. Like I got a cheap 28.5, or it's moved too much now. So I'm going to go with Ottawa team total over 24.5 -110. That's probably the one bet I like the most in this game. But I'm also going to go with that full game over, Jimmy, 54.5 -110 as well, which I don't like nearly as much, but I'm still making it official.
No, I get it. I have and I know we're going to move on, and I've got the information that I was trying to get, but I got that Rough Riders game in my head. But I shouldn't, right? I should just pretend that game didn't exist because the Rough Riders defense, the Red Blacks defense, we're talking apples and oranges here, so just let it go. Do you agree? Just put a line through it. Don't use it at all.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that for sure. I think that is definitely that's not a bad way to go about it when you're looking back toward that particular game. Yep.
Okay. Okay. I think the thing is they can't put a number high enough for this game with the way Drew Brown and Bo Levi Mitchell are playing. Yeah. And I like your double up. Your double up, and I kind of know what I feel like. What AM's talking about, he says, "I'm on
the Ticat." One of the great things about last week was, did I give Jose all 3? I'm trying to remember. No, I think I just gave him Ottawa Edmonton over last week, the full game over. But personally, I was on an over trifecta in that game. Both teams over their team total and the full game over. Like I really went hard on that. There being points in that Red Blacks Elks game last week. Like both teams over their team total and the full game over, and all 3 hit. I think I only gave Jose the full game over though, but still, it worked out well.
No, because you gave out the Tiger Cats money line as well. I have Tiger Cats 125. Maybe I've got to go back and look at that again. That's what.
I did. I had that in the Toronto game, Hamilton-Toronto. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm tripping out.
It was Ottawa Edmonton. Edmonton. I had both teams
51.
over their team total and the full game over. I just gave Jose the full game over.
51. Yeah. All right, great stuff there, Bobano. I like those.
This game has that same feel to it. You can bet both teams over their team total and the full game over, and have a damn good chance to go 2-1 or 3-0.
Let's roll into this next game. It's the final game in CFL, and then we're going to move right into MLB, and I know you guys want to attack it. BC Lions to Edmonton Elks, Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, Alberta, 69 Fahrenheit. Light rain. That can change, obviously. We're 72 hours away from game time. 8-mile-per-hour winds. But at this point, the light rain is supposed to be, for a chunk of the game, the first half for sure of the game. but it's not that big of a deal. Now, we have already heard from Gorky. He's on the BC Lions double result. And this is a spot that I historically succeeded with in the CFL, combined with the spot where I've been crushed, and that is backing the Edmonton Elks. But fading teams on their second straight road game, teams that have issues like the BC Lions, has succeeded for me. I took the +3 at -115 on the Edmonton Elks. And I understand this isn't appealing. Nate Dogg on the under in the game. I am interested in it. Very interested in it, Nate Dogg, and I could possibly move on it. The point spread, though, here for that 3, it was more expensive offshore. It's a +3 at -118 right now. This opened up at 3.5, and it went down to 2.5, and it was a legit 2.5, and then that got bumped up to 3. From a total standpoint here, we have a 51.5. This has climbed too from 50.5, gone up to 51.5, and I'm hesitant here on it, but I'm interested in it. The Lions beaten the Elks in 9 of their last 10 games. So look, it's not a comfortable bet. The Lions coming off a wild, controversial 21-20 victory at Montreal on Saturday, 8 days between games, and they lose a very important defensive lineman, Kamoko Toure, suspended for 1 game. The win, which was
they are already suffering from multiple injuries on the defensive line as well, and now they lose another guy. That's a problem. And teams have been running the football down the throat of BC lately, all season, really.
And this is the wrong team to play against, because Rankin is a beast. We haven't seen Javon Leake get unleashed. But what happens is, even though Trey Ford's a mobile quarterback, the running game blossoms because Trey Ford can move in one direction, take the spy with him, and flip back. And it's very, very helpful. O'Rourke returned to the lineup after missing 2 games with the oblique injury. 22 of 36 for 352 yards, touchdown, interception. He also ran 8 times for 43 yards in the touchdown. James Butler continues to underwhelm. I expect him to underwhelm all season long. 12 carries for 41 yards. They're just not rolling. They're not rolling. Justin McInnes, 6 passes for 109 yards. Stanley Berryhill caught 4 for 85 in a touchdown. The Elks coming off a 39-33 victory at home over the Red Blacks on Sunday. 7 days between games. Trey Ford, 15 of 17 for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Rankin ran 12 times for 105 yards. And the problem here, and the reason why I really get the under, is because the passing attack, look, it was Justin Rankin who led the receivers out of the backfield. They're not getting the ball to their receivers, and that's going to be an issue for Trey Ford all year long. They're by far the lowest passing attack in the CFL, 218.8 yards per game they're putting up. And they're allowing 323. You are allowing 105 more passing yards than you are getting. That's a problem. They're also allowing a league worst 34.5 points per game, and I'm not sure how bad this defense is. Take it away, and then we roll on in to MLB. Take it away, my man.
I think there's points here. I know what you're thinking with the under. The thing is with Edmonton, man, these games they're flying over, and it's their defense is still bad. They're giving up returns and special teams. They're also getting returns and special teams, and of course, there was 1 special teams touchdown for each team last week in that Edmonton-Ottawa game. But you look at 3 straight games have gone over. They've given up 31 points or more in all 4 games. Even the game they won last week, and they still gave up, 33 points in that one. So you're right. There's a chance of showers. I'm looking at the updated forecast. Chance of showers in Edmonton, which I'm not bothered by that. Winds up to 32 kilometers an hour. That I am bothered by a little bit. So that's kind of why I'm hesitating a little bit more than I normally would be. Teams against Edmonton have gone 4-0 to their team total over. All 4 teams have cashed their team total over so far this season against the Edmonton Elks. The problem is, other than week 1, and it was against Edmonton, the BC scored 31 points. They've scored 21 or less in 4 straight. Their offense hasn't looked great. They've had some O-line issues. But I do expect Nate Rourke to be better here in this game. I really do. I think he will be better. I think he'll be sharper. He didn't look great early in the game against Montreal. Montreal's got a good defense too, but he got better and he drove the team into position for the Sean White field goal at the end. That's a loss that hurts if you're Montreal. They should have won that game. Horrible prevent defense late. The stupid bonehead penalty they took, 15 yards, that gave BC great field position on the drive before that. Horrific loss for Montreal. I think a tough spot for BC. Second straight road game, going out east, now back west. They probably go home to BC and then go to Edmonton.
That is a fact
for
they
this
did
spot.
that, yeah.
So that's a little bit of a tricky spot. The bet I like the most is here, Edmonton team total. Over 23.5, minus 128 at Pinnacle is the best price with that. I think they can get 24 points in this game. Trey Ford's trending up. I thought he had a better game against Winnipeg than he did before, and an even better game against Ottawa last week. I think they get their share of points. I'm not going to go full game over here. I'm going to go with both teams over their team total, though. I'll go with BC too, Jimmy. I mean, 5 or 6 of the 8 teams in each of the last 3 weeks have gone over their team total. And if you think both defenses could, and BC, the reason why I like Edmonton's team total too is, as we mentioned, the D-line is just decimated right now. Injuries and now a suspension to another one of their starters. But I'm also going to take BC's team total here, over 27.5 at minus 104. I'm not going to fight it. Edmonton's defense has got to show it and stop somebody. I've been attacking the team total overs on the opponent of Edmonton all season. Like I said, they've given up 28 plus in all. They've given up 31 plus in all 4 games. All 4 opponents of Edmonton have gone over their team total. Until things change, I'm taking it again.
I love it. Bobano on the Elks, team total over 23.5, minus 128. Lions, team total over 27.5, minus 104. At this point, I'm only on the Elks, plus 3 at minus 115. I might leave it that way. I did not, and I went on to the Weather Channel. I did not have the winds that tough. I had 8-mile-per-hour winds, but I'm going to double up and go over that again. Then we have Bobano on Ottawa, team total.
Forecasts change a million times between. And remember, this is a Sunday night game. It could change 6 times between now and then. So keep checking.
Yeah, absolutely. Bobano on the Ottawa, team total over 24.5 and the full game over 54.5. I like those both those looks a lot. And he's on AJ Ouellette over 75.5 rush yards. In the
honestly, best bet if you want. If I were to throw a best bet out there for my CFL card, it would be that Ottawa team total. It really would be.
I like it. I like it a lot. Great job, Bobano. Okay, let's get back into Major League Baseball here. Both pitchers are starting to roll right now. Let's take a second, though, for our friend Kong's Clips. Says, going through some sickness in the household. Daughter has viral flu. My son has pneumonia. Prayers would be appreciated. Absolutely, Kong. Let's get your family healthy. Summertime is no time for sickness to be rolling through. So thinking about you and the household that you rock with. And what a great household you have, Kong. Love to your family. And let's get you guys healthy. Get you guys better as soon as possible, man. Much love to you, Kong. Love capping with you. Let's throw this. This is good. Show this for great strength. Just show the fam this clip. All right, we got my man JW in the house here with his action. He's with Justin and I on the O's. Again, if the first 5 pushes and, that's fine. I'm going for the score with the double result. I spent quite a while thinking about how I wanted to bet it. And I was like, well, look, if you're going to take a dog like this, especially with the state of the Mets bullpen, go get rewarded for it. And I'm, I didn't feel like I was reaching or chasing, but excited about that game that's going on right now. All right, fellas, let's roll. We have 1:10 p.m. Eastern action. This game popping off in 40 minutes. Chicago Cubs 54-38, 24-22 on the road at the Minnesota Twins, 45-47, 26-18 at home. Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Festa got me paid yesterday. Unfortunately, I was also on the over. And also, to make it even more unfortunate, I even paid to get the 9. So that all kind of blew up in my face. First 5 went over. Shout out to Dabby Cab, who's on that first 5 over. We have Colin Ray going up against Chris Paddock. Swaggy says Cubs still haven't been swept this season. Well, could it be here? I must also mention, you guys know I'm on the over 83.5 wins for the Brewers, and I'm on the Brewers to win the Central plus 280 at the beginning of the year. Watching that bullpen over the last week, watching Mizorowski. Now, look, I know they need more. With Woodruff coming back, How good is this pitching staff? That still is left to be figured out. I did today move on the Brewers to win the National League at plus 1,700 and the World Series at plus 3,500. Those are just 3 and 4. So now I have 4 future bets in MLB. That's it. And they're all on the Brewers. And look, that bullpen is spectacular. And when it comes down to the most important games, we know how important that is. So that just let you guys know, I moved on that this morning here. And I'm not sitting here bullish, but I am sitting here excited to have it in my pocket. That's all. Excited to have it in my pocket. One in my pocket. I won't talk about it much more. But just want you guys to know I did move on that this morning. I wanted to move on it last night, but I do have a rule about futures. They must be bet in the morning. At night, I just don't feel. I think you can get a little reachy and a little. Sleep on it and make sure you want that money invested in a long-term situation. We have Nate Dogg on Ray over strikeouts. We have Justin McCelvy on the over 9.5, and we have Troy Torrance on the Cubs' first 5 full game team total over as well. Let's copy all of this and paste it here. Colin Ray, 6-3, 4.1. Actually, you know what? Let's get into the weather first because I will explain a little bit more. We have 78 Fahrenheit, feels like 80, 8.9 miles per hour right to left and slightly, and gets up to 9.8 miles per hour. We have a Ballpark Pal giving us target field at plus 6% overall, minus 3% home runs, plus 9% doubles and triples, and plus 3% singles. We have Colin Ray, 6-3, 4.13 ERA, 1.31 whip. He's been very good. He was a Brewer at one point. And hooking back up with the famed Brewers manager has worked out great for Colin Ray. But, God, watching is Patrick Murphy. Patrick Murphy, is that the name of the Brewers manager now? Pat Murphy. Yep. How do you not love the guy? How do you not fall in love with the guy? I mean, look, I know what Council did and everything like that, but this guy is just like, don't you just hear him talk and think, I run through a wall for that man right away? Like, I'm just like, that guy, tell me who to punch in the face, I'll fucking knock him out. Colin Ray, 8 games he's pitched on the road. He started 5 of them. Polo this, polo that in the house. Great to see you, my man. And he struggled. He's been very strong at home. He struggled on the road. 287 opponents batting average. He's allowed 37 hits over 32 and 2/3. And it is lefties that destroy him. Lefties are hitting .320 with a .918 OPS against them. So let's just take a look at this lineup. And we do this a lot. And we know the lefty bats in this Cubs lineup are dynamite. Kyle Tucker, PCA, and Matt Bush. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. We also expect Happ to hit from the left side because of Colin Ray's issues against left-handed bats. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the. God, I'm tripping out. Sorry, I'm moving too fast. It's the Twinkies lefties. The Twinkies left-handed bats. Sorry, I was thinking Brewers in my head still. Larnach is the DH lefty. You have Matt Wallner and Cody Clemens. Look, Wallner, Correa, Royce Lewis. There's a reason why they're batting 5, 6, and 8. We say their names. We have a vividness bias, and those aren't the hitters they are right now. That's why it's Larnach, Brooks Lee, and Ryan Jeffers is the 2, 3, 4 for this Twins lineup. That's why the Twins are sitting here 45 and 47. You have Chris Paddock on the hill, 4.64 ERA, 1.22 whip. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, no walks, the 4-3 win at home versus the Rays. At home this year, he's been okay. Okay. He hasn't allowed a lot of barrels, 3 home runs and 42 and 2/3. He's allowed 17 earned runs and 8 starts. He's been better at home than he's been on the road, but it's not dominant or anything like that. His splits are very good, even. Cubs versus righties last 30 days, 255, 798. Twins versus righties, 232, 711. And the Chicago Cubs bullpen, even though they've scuffled a bit of late, have allowed 3 runs less per 9 innings over the last 30 days than this Twins bullpen that's still, even though they've looked a little better over the last week, is still the worst bullpen in baseball over the last 30 days. Let's get into this line history and the cash flow and hand it over to Bobano. We have the Twins right now at plus 103. They opened up at minus 105. So we've got a slight move towards the Chicago Cubs. From a total side of things here, we have a 9.5. We just heard that Justin McCelvy is on this over. This over did touch 10 It touched 10 7 minutes before the show started. It was a very legitimate 10. It was even minus 103 to the over at one point. It's now back to the 9.5. Overall, just 2 cents of movement on this over. And when we took a look at the cash board here for game 2, we have interleague action, 66% of tickets on the Cubs, 56% of cash on them, 70% of tickets on the under, and 83% cash on the over. Ian Cameron, my friend. Shout out to Sweat Butcher and AOD and Spooner. Spooner on the Cubs money line. Spooner, I will get your action off of X. Would love to know everything that you are on right now. Take it away. And Coin, going to regret not taking that first 2.5 plus 130. That's a big balls bet, if you know what I mean. And I get why you were pensive about it. Take it away, Ian, my man. Cubbies, Twinkies.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm on the Cubs team total over as well personally, but I'm not going to make that official because the juice is up to like minus 135, minus 140 on that. I don't want to double up on the Cubs, but I will go with Cubs money line here for official play. Minus 108 is the best price out there with that right now. Minus 108 with the Cubs, and I'm also will go on that over 9.5 as well. Minus 105. I don't trust Paddock. I don't. He's someone I've been lining up to bet against often throughout the course of the season, and late he's been not very good. His home numbers are better, but some of his recent home starts at Target Field have not been as good as his starts were earlier on in the season. You look at the home start against Seattle, he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings there, struggled before that too against the Blue Jays a little bit, got bombed by Cleveland. So multiple rough starts here for Paddock at home lately, although he started the season strong at home, not nearly as strong of late. I think the Cubs have not been hitting. That's my concern. Maybe this is just a slump and it's going to continue here. But I think this is a good matchup. There's been a team that's been awesome at avoiding sweeps all year. I do like them to get the bats going a little bit here against Paddock, and we know the Twins bullpen just hasn't been very good. Colin Ray I like the way he's pitched the last couple starts, which is why I like the Cubs here because he has been in good form. But another why I'm on the over as well here is because there's also a part of me that knows Colin Ray on the road's been a little bit shaky, and the numbers bear that out. A 4.29 road ERA this year for Colin Ray. So we have seen the Twins really swing the bats well in their offense, get things rolling here a little bit in this series against the Cubs. So that's why I like the over, because I think the Twins will still score some runs. I think the Cubs get their bats going against Paddock, who I don't trust, and also the bullpen. And that's another thing, too. Paddock's not going to give you a ton of length, so you are going to see some of that Twins bullpen. So I like the spot. This is a spot that I cashed a ticket with yesterday. With the Phillies. Phillies were coming off a couple of really tough losses there in San Francisco, especially the night before. Patrick Bailey hits that inside the park walk-off home run. Thought it was a great spot yesterday for them against Verlander, and they pummeled the Giants there, avoiding a sweep. I like this road spot, too. Road team trying to avoid a sweep. So Cubs and over 9.5 for me.
Whew, that was sweaty inning. Sorry, buddy. Fucking those errors, you just know whenever you and Soto not hustling the fucking first and still being called safe makes. I would have the sharpened chopstick waiting for him when he came back to the dugout. Whew, that was a hell of a play by the short there. Okay, Cubbies, a lot of backers of the Cubbies here, and we also have Bobano on the over 9.5. I'm with you, Beavis. But look, I still cannot believe that Devers didn't show up for Will Clark 3 times. How scared would you be if you were the Giants management and you have now taken over this contract and this guy won't show up for the thrill 3 times? I mean, these guys, these huge superstars. The game's changed, life's changed, and All right, we don't need to talk too much about Game 2 here because we want to know what happens in Game 1. We have Tomoyuki Sugano pitching here in Game 2, and he is being a gas can.
Yep.
We have an expectation here of Justin Hagen.
I'll be moving on the Mets in Game 2 if they lose Game 1 for sure. For sure. I can tell you that right now.
Nothing
as of now, though, of course.
because we'll get a Hagen. You know what? Why don't you give me your idea on Sugano? 6-5, 4.44 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. His last start, he allowed 6 earned runs at the Rangers. Now the Rangers are starting to hit. Last start, he looked bad. At home, he's looked bad. 24 earned runs, in 44 innings, 8 starts. 24 earned runs and 8 starts. 11 home runs allowed at home. 288 opponents batting average. Lefties hitting him hard. Righties hitting him hard. It's been ugly. So why don't you touch on your feelings for Sugano, and then I'll get Hagenman up.
Yeah, well, the feelings for Sugano is he stinks right now. He's not been good at all. He's been giving up home runs galore. You're right. The Camden Yards numbers have been absolutely horrific of late for Sugano. And look, this is what I expected from him. He's a soft tossing, pitcher against good lineups. He's going to give it up, and we have seen that. 5.07 home ERA this year for Sugano at Camden Yards. On the flip side, we'll have to see who starts here for the New York Mets. But I think this sets up wonderfully if the New York Mets lose the first game of this doubleheader, because oftentimes I like to back the team that lost the first game of the doubleheader in game 2 of the doubleheader. So, like I said, I've got Mets circled, money line. I've got, what's the money line right now on that? Yeah, it's cheap enough. I would look at the money line, and certainly team total over, which I might like even more, the team total in this game, because we know that Mets bullpen is still a little bit rough. That's what makes the team total option more appealing in games like this. So, like I said, definitely Mets team total on the is circled. Mets money line is circled. Not moving until we see what happens in game 1, but absolutely will be on my card if the Mets drop the first game.
Hageman's the journeyman of journeymen here. Has not looked. He's looked very poor in Syracuse this season. We're not entirely sure if he goes, but he's looked better in the show. Certainly looked better in the show. But this year in Syracuse, he's made 8 starts. He's closed a couple of games. 1.3.
You might consider the full game over as well in this game, especially the first game. It continues on this low-scoring trajectory that we're seeing so far through the first 3 innings. I could see runs in this one if the first game's like a 3-1, 3-2 type of final. Yeah, I could see this one kind of exploding.
Yeah, it's we need to wait and see when Hagenman's confirmed. He pitched. It didn't start, but he pitched in April. He got a bullpen start, and he pitched fine. 4 strikeouts, no walks, over 3 1/3 in a tight game. Then he came in mob
Yankee series, yeah, and I think he gave up 2 homers in the first inning. I remember that. Welcome to the a big league starting pitching assignment. Holy shit! I think Judge got him for 1, and someone else as well for the Yankees.
He showed character in that start. That was so he came
did
back,
battle. Yep.
Did a cleanup start, went back. He's been being ferried back and forth from Syracuse. But in that Yankee start, he did get through 4 1/3, allowing 4 earned runs. He's not walked a batter in his Major League Baseball career. So, that's a nice thing for the Orioles lineup to know. This guy's going to be, giving you something to chop at. So we'll see if he is in, and we'll see what happens here in this spot. Now, Sweaty Butcher, today's play is on the Marlins run line. He's added a new play to his repertoire, system play. That's hitting on a 72% clip with a 13.3% ROI, 200-game sample, called the Processed Meats. The Processed Meats from the Sweaty Butcher. I'll get that here. And it's perfect timing that he is moving on the Marlins, because that is our next game on the board. Miami Marlins, Cincinnati Reds. Marlins 42-49, 22-22 on the road at the Reds, 47-46, 25-21 at home. We are a great American ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, everybody who knows me and catches with me knows that I am a fan of Port Dopes, Cal Quantrill. And he's made me a lot of money on first 3 unders this year, a lot of money. He's very predictable. He's shutting all lefties down, and he's getting annihilated by righties. And you can find the right lineups to back him. So, of course, the next question is, are the Minnesota Reds the right lineup? And I don't mean just
Cincinnati Reds.
Sorry, I didn't know what I said there.
Minnesota Reds.
Sorry, Cincinnati Reds. The righties 371 with a 1.063 OPS against them. They are annihilating Port Dope's Cal Quantrill. The Reds, Matty McLean batting second. Dela Cruz will hit from the right side. Austin Hayes batting in the cleanup spot from the right side. Steer, Stevenson, Noelvi Marte are righties. Is that the most dangerous group of righties? No, but it is a decent group of righties. And Cal Quantrill's coming off a 4-2 win at home versus the Brewers. And he's getting more strikeouts. He's getting hit a lot. We have best bets from Kong's clips on Lodolo over K's, as well as Lamont Williams. We have the corner of Kong and Lamont Boulevard on the Lodolo over K's. So I just want to talk that out about Cal Quantrill. It doesn't matter. He's been much better to back at home. Much better to back at home than on the road as well. On the road, he's allowed 7 of his 11 homers. Opponents hitting 274 against him. So let's get this line history up. Jermaine moved on the Marlins when he saw the Reds minus 194.
6.17 is the ERA on the road, by the way, for Cal Quantrill.
That is ugly. Let's talk about the weather. This is a very offensive ballpark that Port Dope's Cal Quantrill is in. 88 Fahrenheit, feels like 94, 3.6 miles per hour out. Dies down to 2.7 miles per hour. That Great American Ballpark is the most offensive stadium in Major League Baseball today. Plus 17% runs, plus 37% homers, plus 1% doubles and triples, and minus 2% singles. We have the cash. Let's get the line history here for this one. We'll start with this total. From a total standpoint, we have a 9. It's minus 112 to the over. This opened up at 9.5. It dropped to 9, got back up to 9.5, and is at 9. We're in very offensive conditions in this ball game right in front of us, and it's being low scoring. We have on the money line, the Cincinnati Reds are minus 158. Jermaine talking about this wild movement. Opened up minus 161. Here at this book, got up to minus 183. And now we're down to minus 158. It's just basically a tightening of VIG. It's basically exactly the opening line. So let's get into the cash flow on the board here for this spot, this Cubbies spot. We have I keep saying Cubby spot. I'm tripping with this Red spot. 66% of the tickets are on the Reds, but 86% of the cash is on the Marlins. 92% of tickets and 87% cash on the under. Wow. These numbers surprise me. Lodolo's pitched well. Coming off 5-1 loss to the Phillies. He pitched fine. It was a quality start. 3 earned runs over 6 innings. He allowed 2 jacks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. At home, he has struggled this year. He's struggled. I believe his last home start was much, much better, but I don't have that in front of me.
Talking about this, his overall home ERA is 4.83, Nick Lodolo, but it's kind of lying to you. All those bad outings at home were April, May, early in June. Last 3 home starts, look at him. Gems. All 3 of them. Very good.
Now, TJ says first 500 about to be clicked unless I get talked off. Says Miami can't hit lefties at all. Last 30 days, 241, 688 OPS. It's not, if you look at it this way, the last 30 days, the Marlins are hitting lefties better than the Reds are hitting righties. But I hear what you're saying. And then you have almost a 2-run advantage for the Marlins over the last 30 days with their bullpen playing lights out. Coin leaning to that first 300, 2.5 at plus 120. Take it away for us, Bobano. This is a fascinating market and a fascinating game. Take it away, Marlins-Reds.
There's no way I'm laying the Reds here. Miami's 11 straight road wins until yesterday when the streak got snapped. It's Marlins or pass, but Quantrill on the road, man. It's been tough. 6 ERA. I'm not excited about that. I might look at a live bet with Miami if the game's close late, because there's no denying the Marlins bullpen has clearly been out pitching the Reds bullpen lately. There's no doubt. So if this game is down to a battle of the bullpens in the 7th inning and beyond, advantage Marlins based on current form with that bullpen. So I'm looking at a live bet on the Marlins, if this game's close late. Pre-game, though, I don't want to get involved with Quantrill. His struggles on the road. It's not a bad matchup for the Reds. And I'm not rushing to fade Lodolo either, because, yes, his home ERA is bad overall, 4.83, but that's not the current form at home. here at Great American for Lodolo. Look at these last 3 home starts. He's given up just 4 runs in his last 15.2 innings. 4 runs in his last 15.2 innings against the Twins, the Yankees, the Padres, decent to solid lineups. He went to Philly in his last start, and we know the Phillies always hit a lot better at home than they do on the road, and I thought he showed a good account for himself there. Only gave up 3 runs in the 6 innings there in Philadelphia. So he's in good form right now, Lodolo. So all those factors keep me off Miami. I love the price with Miami, but the matchups are not good enough for me to pull the trigger. I will target Miami live, though, if this is a close game late, because I do think they have a bullpen advantage right now.
Yeah, it makes me I'm hesitant to move on this one. The market has made me very hesitant. I'm surprised to see all the money on the under, but the market has legitimized it. Again, Lamont Williams and Kong on best bets on Lodolo over strikeouts, over 5.5. And TJ, has all the stats to back up his feelings about the Marlins versus lefties. Last 6 lefties versus Marlins have had great outings except for 1. Miami bottom 4 versus left-handed pitching last 14 and bottom 11 last 30. And I hear that.
Yeah.
And again,
3-0 the Reds in Lodolo's last 3 home starts as well. They won all 3 of those games. That's why it's important to look at current form in this sport. You have to. Really in every sport, but especially in baseball, you have to. Because you look at that home ERA, 4.83 for Lodolo, and your first thought is, God, I got to fade this guy. But then you got to look at the short term, and he's had 3 just lights out performances in a row in this ballpark here in the short term. So he's clearly been better at home lately.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fascinating cap. I don't have the angle at this point. Action Jackson saying Marlins or pass. We got just my 2 cents in the house. UFC Nashville this week. Start the Locker Room Talk podcast. We have one more game with Bobano. Then we'll hear best bets. Bobano, it's a fun one. The Stroh Show back. This is his 3rd start back from the IL. And going up against Brian Wu. This is a ticket that I would desperately want. I would love to be at this game. We're in the Bronx. Mariners, Yankees. Let's grab the weather here in the Bronx. 80 Fahrenheit, feels like 84, 6.3 miles per hour right to left, eyes down to 5.4 miles per hour. A ballpark pal has Yankee Stadium plus 7%, plus 28% home runs, but minus 7% doubles and triples and minus 5% singles. Line history wise, Wu Stroh Show, we have the Yankees at minus 101. They open up at Oh, wow. Okay, sorry, that's moved. The Yankees are now minus 106. They opened up at plus 103. So we've had a 9-cent move towards Stroh. It's funny, Ian. Immediately I see Stroman and I want to fade him. Yep. It's weird. It's this weird thing, but I was like, well, he's looked good. I haven't faded him in these 2 starts back. I haven't known what to do with him. I much prefer when Stroh's numbers are like a 3.2 ERA and a 1.18 whip, and I'm saying I know he's worse than that, but not when he's got this all these horrific numbers from early in the year. He gets time off, he comes back, and he looks pretty locked in. So I'm not sure exactly what to do here. This total is a 9.5. It's minus 116 to the under. This opened up at 9, minus 109 to the over, moved up to 9.5 now. We have cash flow for Mariners, Yankees. We have 68% of the tickets and 62% of the cash on the Seattle Mariners. 56% of tickets and 69% of the cash on the over. And maybe that's where we should go. Coin is going to move on that first 3 into 2.5 at plus 120 here. AM says close to Reds and Mariners, but not sure conviction on either. Spooner says Mariners so close to my card. They face Scooball tomorrow in Detroit. They need a win here. Stroman was intentionally pitched here and not versus the Cubs tomorrow. Christopher Carter says Stroman is not long for the league. And Billy Friedrich says love the first 5 under 5, minus 115, and this one already moved on it. Brian Wu, 8-4, 2.77 ERA, 0.96 whip. He's been very good this year at T-Mobile. At home, he's been dominant. On the road, he's not been as good. He's allowed 9 home runs on the road, 5 at home. Opponents hitting 239 against him, 24 earned runs in 10 starts. He's still a very good pitcher. Lefties hit him harder than righties, but his splits are fine. Stroh coming off allowing 3 earned runs over 5 innings and a 6-5 loss at the Mets. At home this year, he's throwing 3 starts, and he's only made it through 10 1/3 innings. He's allowed 9 earned runs, 3 home runs. He's walked more batters than he struck out, and opponents are hitting 286 against him. We have lefties hitting 292, 950, righties 267, 805. But this line is moving towards the Yankees. Mariners are hitting 264, 770 versus righties last 30 days. Yankees around the same numbers, 258, 772. The Mariners bullpen has been much better than the Yankees bullpen of late. Yankees bullpen 4.82 ERA, 1.44 whip. Bobano, my friend, Mariners, Yankees, take it away.
This Brian Wu track record against the Yankees is fascinating. He shut them out twice, and then in between he gave up 7 runs in one start against them. So he got bombed in one, and they didn't score a run in the other 2 against Brian Wu, this Yankees team. And, we know what Brian Wu is. He's a strikeout machine. He gets swings and misses, got electricity with his pitching arsenal. There's no doubt, but he can give up the home run at times. And we know the Yankees can hit the home run, especially here at Yankee Stadium. But he has been lights out, like put up a goose egg twice in 3 starts against the Yankees. And the only start against them here at Yankee Stadium, he didn't give up a home run. He only gave up 2 hits, and he shut out the Yankees in 6 innings last year, May the 21st, 2024. So he pitched great, Wu, against this Yankees team. I think it's a good Mariners spot, trying to avoid a sweep. Yankees have a big series with the Cubs coming up this weekend. I still don't fully trust Marcus Stroman. Last start against the Mets, he battled, but I wouldn't say he was great. He got out of trouble in a lot of innings. 3 runs, 7 hits, 5 innings in that game. We'll see how he fares. Worth noting with Stroman, he was okay against the A's, but he only went 5 innings. You mentioned the Yankee bullpen. I got the Yankee bullpen with a 9 ERA in the last 10 games. They've been terrible. So if you're not going to get length out of Stroman, and you're just not. He's going to go 5 innings. Maybe if you're lucky, he'll get into the 6th. He's not going to give you a ton of length these days. It's just the way it is. You're going to see a lot of that middle relief of the Yankee bullpen, which has been crushed lately. So I think there's opportunities for the Mariners here offensively to score against Stroman. And if not, you're going to see more of the weaker arms in that pen, and they can get those runs off that group as well. And I like the spot. You're trying to avoid a sweep here against this Yankees team. I know he had the one bad start against the Yankees, Wu, but that was in Seattle. His one appearance at Yankee Stadium against this team, he shut him out in 6 innings, Brian Wu. He pitched great. So I like the spot. I like the price enough here with Seattle. So I will take the Mariners minus 102 on the money line. And I will also take their team total, Seattle, over 4.5, which you can find at minus 114.
Great stuff, Ian, my friend. Great stuff. Let's review, or we'll review.
Yeah, I'll add. I got a couple I want to add here.
Let's add. Let's do that now, Ian, my man. So
this is a high volume baseball card for me. There's a lot I like. I'm going to take a team that's I think just snapped a losing streak last night. Let me just double check that I think they did. I should know that off the top of my head, but you're all kinds of, of course they did. They pummeled the Cardinals last night, 8-2. Miles Michaelis just not very good. Okay, and him laying minus 150 right now for the St. Louis Cardinals. No, thank you. I'm going to go Nats money line team total over split in this game. So I like this plus 128 Nats money line team total over 4. Actually, we can get 3.5. I'll get the 3.5, Jimmy, at minus 135. 3.5 minus 135 for this Nationals team total over. This is just a fade of Michaelis. Okay, I don't think he's very good. I know he had that little stretch about a month or 2 ago where he was starting to get things going again and pitch well and consistent again. But I'm telling you what, and the Cardinals don't win with him consistently either. They're just 1-4 in Michaelis' last 5 starts. He's given up 14 runs, 17 hits in just 10 innings in his last 2 starts against a Cleveland team that hasn't been hitting until they got to Houston. But before that Houston series, they were not hitting. And the Cubs just did a number on the guy on July the 4th last week, 8 runs, 10 hits. So I like the Nats here. I like that they got that win, the first win for the interim manager, Miguel Cairo, after they dismissed Davey Martinez, the manager, Mike Rizzo, the GM, and maybe a little bounce in their step now, the Nats, and a matchup where I think they can do damage here. So I like the Nats money line and team total over. We'll go with that. And 2 more overs I will add to my card as well, Jimmy, here tonight. Tampa, Boston, over 9 minus 118. Boston's just ripping right now. And I know a lot of that was Colorado. They're a horrible pitching staff and bullpen. We know that. But it's not like the Rays bullpen's been any good. I talked about this with my guy C-Mac on the Hitting the Books show. The Rays bullpen in the last 10, 15 games, they're as bad as any bullpen in baseball all of a sudden. Tampa Bay. So you got a Boston team that I think, and one thing about Bradley is he gives up hard contact. That's not good for a team that's really swinging the power bat right now, Boston. And the bullpen behind Bradley's not been good. I'm not there with Buehler just yet, fully trustworthy of him right now either. So I think the Rays can get to him in that Boston pen a little bit. So I'm on over 9 minus 118 there. And one more over in the late night hours, Jimmy, Arizona, San Diego. I like that game over the total too. I don't trust Erod. Eduardo Rodriguez for the Cardinals. I'm thinking of the football team. NFL on the brain. Diamondbacks. He is not someone I fully trust here. I think the Padres can do damage. I'm not the biggest Randy Vasquez fan either. And Arizona, look, starting to hit a little bit. They got 8 runs last night in their victory against this Padres team. Neither of these bullpens is a shutdown unit right now. We know Arizona all year, the bullpens had problems. I wouldn't even say the San Diego bullpen's been all that great recently. So we'll put that on the card as well. Arizona, San Diego, over 8.5 minus 118.
Over 8.5 minus 118. Bobano, I know you got to run. I will review all of your action here on the show. Absolutely great work as always. I love what you did to boost the show on Friday as well. It's just loved it. Fucking loved it. Mr. Ian Cameron here, Hitting the Books YouTube channel, popping off with MLB now. Of course, college football is around the corner.
We're doing Big Ten and SEC previews on Hitting. Remember, it's All-Star break next week.
Yeah.
So there'll be no baseball, but we're going to do a Monday show talking Big Ten college football season preview, Wednesday SEC college football season preview next week, and then we'll be on Friday for MLB as usual. So, but we're getting you ready for college football, C-Mac and I, because really Hitting the Books was born with college football. College football was the sport that got Connor Mack and I going together with Hitting the Books many years ago. So that's the sport, that's the king sport of the channel. And we're excited to get the season previewed starting next week.
I love it, Ian. Absolutely great work. Please support Hitting the Books YouTube channel. Of course, the Ice Guys and the NBA OG show in hiatus right now as we wait. But baseball as well. Baseball is at least 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and more. So please support it. And at Bobano Bets on X. Bobano, great work. I'm going to review all your action here now. But any final words for the Capper supporting the show?
No, just enjoy your Thursday. Good luck. Cash some tickets. Always a blast being on every Thursday here on Pub Sports Radio, Betting with the Bag with Jimmy the Bag. Although I will not be with you next week. It's my annual All-Star break week getaway week. So excited about that. I'll be back, though, in 2 weeks on Thursday, July the 24th. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks. And until then, cash some tickets. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
There he is, Mr. Ian Cameron. Let's review action for Ian on today's show. He's on the over 9.5 here in game 1, and I'm on the Orioles double result, and it's a long at bat. I run around third. So we will see how that bangs out. But in CFL, he gave us the AJ Ouellette over 75.5 rush yards tomorrow night. Saturday night, he gave us Ottawa team total over 24.5 and the over 54.5. He said the Ottawa team total over 24.5, his favorite bet on the board. Then he gave us the Elks team total over 23.5 and the Lions team total over 27.5 for the Sunday game. In Major League Baseball coming up, he's on, oh shit, there's 6 minutes before game 1. I got to get these guys on immediately to find out what they're doing game 1. I apologize. We'll go over Bobano's action in a second. First off, please welcome our producer here on Betting with the Bag, the star of Say Hey Plays, coming to us from our home studio at the Southtown 101 in San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome Jose Bouquett to the show. Jose, how are you?
Hello. We're pressed for time, so let's keep rolling.
Yes, and the one of the stars here, the star of walk-off wagers every Sunday, rocking with me here every Thursday. And they caught it, for fuck's sakes. Please welcome our friend and yours, Mr. Morgan Spooner, to the show. Spoondog, what's happening?
Another day in baseball. Yesterday was terrible, so I'm ready to bounce back. Trying to be a little more conservative with the way I've attacked the card. I only got 2 plays so far, but one of them is about to start. That's the Chicago Cubs.
So
I bet
roll
this
into
last night. the second I saw the line out, I saw Cubs minus 108 on one book. I started peeking around. I found a minus 105, and I just fired it. Chris Paddock is not a guy I trust. This Cubs lineup has not been firing on all cylinders over the last few games, but I think this is a really nice get right spot. You got a player in Bush that's from Minnesota, would really like to have a big game himself here. And Colin Ray, he's a guy that I trust. I think he's very capable of keeping the Cubs in this game. They have a series on deck with the Yankees. I'm sure that's in everybody's mind, but they need to get a win here. And I think this is a great spot. I worry about the Twins with lefties sometimes, but I think we're probably going to see, Colin Ray with lefties, but with the Twins, we're probably going to see 7 righties in that lineup. I expect Buxton out of the lineup as well.
I get it.
And Twins bullpen is very pressed right now. All their good arms have either just recently come off being sick or working multiple days.
I get it. I get the Cubs action here. This game pops off in 4 minutes. I am not on it. Jose Bouquett, are you on it?
I'm not. I'll stay off. The Cubs have a bad taste in my mouth right now. And quite frankly, I'm liking your Brewers division bet more every day. I mean, it's funny. I'm going to say this and it's going to sound like a positive, but it's not in my head. This is like the Rangers team from the World Series year. They've got no bullpen. Their starting pitchers kind of shoddy, but they can hit the fucking ball. So as everyone knows, I was down on that team and they went on to win the World Series. And I'm not going to lie, Spoons. Last night I was thinking about it. I was like, are the Cubs going to be my team this year? Did I emphatically declare not to win the World Series? Because as everyone knows, 2 years running now, I've emphatically declared that one team is not going to win the World Series, and they've gone on to win the World Series. So I don't know. I definitely have thought about it, and I just have a bad taste in my mouth with this Cubs team. But all that being said, I lean towards them today.
There's Giolito rumors out there to the Cubs right now.
Yeah, you can't have them.
I mean, I didn't make them up.
You can't have
that wouldn't be who I'd pick to go after. I've seen him pitch in Chicago before.
Well, you've already got Sandy on the team. Don't worry. Sandy's already a Chicago Cub. He can't wear the pinstripes.
Yeah, he looks great.
He's cheap. Yeah.
I moved on the Brewers plus 1,700 to win the NL and 35 to 1 to win it all. My only future bets are on the Milwaukee Brewers. Fellas, let's do a final review here. So everybody, a lot of Cubs love. TJ, Spooner, Troy, a ton of cappers in the chat backing the Cubs. So let's just do a quick review of, as I said, because Bobano's on the Cubs and the over 9.5. Troy's on the Cubs first 5 full game and team total over. Then the next action for Bobano is Mariners, moneyline Mariners, team total over 4.5. The over 9 at minus 118. Nats, moneyline, and the team total over 3.5. And the over 8.5 in Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres. Our friend Bobano talked about next week being All-Star break. And it's the one time of the calendar year where we can go on vacation. And I'm about to do that exact same shit. I'm going back to the 604, my hometown of Vancouver, and I'm leaving right now. So I love you guys. I love you guys.
And I'm leaving right the fuck now.
I love you guys. I'm so thankful for this opportunity that I have with you guys each and every day. It gives my life focus and direction, and it means the world to me. I don't take it lightly. It means so much to me. When I'm away from the show, all I'm thinking about is, how to make this real and big and legitimate and unit size to grow. And this community brings me so much happiness, joy, laughs, everything I get from you guys. And for a 45-year-old who doesn't go out, who just, gambles nonstop, it means so much to me. So I hope you guys all get that cash. And I hope I do the same. And Vancouver's calling me. So without any further ado, man, go get it. I love you guys. And have a great little while. I'm going to be in Vancouver for a minute. So last few days in All-Star break, go get it. And I'll be in touch, man. Respect.
All right, Jimmy, we'll see you later. I bet you half the people are like, what the fuck? Jimmy's leaving? They're leaving the show to Jose and Spoozwa?
The views just dropped down.
Yeah, they're all just leaving now dramatically. But shout out to all you guys watching the program. Jimmy is going on vacation in the old Vancouver, the 604, as everyone calls it, Spoons. I'm sure you've heard that many a times here. But we're having betting with Bouquett tomorrow as well before we head into the All-Star break. That will start an hour later, so everyone knows. Everyone can start sharpening your pitch reports now. It's going to be an hour later, so it should start at noon Central, 1 Eastern time, just so everyone know now. But we're going to break down the card and do the damn thing like we always do. Oh, Lynn Belvedere about to peace out. I'll see you later, Lynn. My guy, nice to see you, Lynn. But let's talk about these games here. I'm excited to get into them here. We've talked about Colin Ray and Chris Paddock here. I want to quickly touch on Nick Lodolo, Miami and Cincinnati here. Did you have any action in that game here, Spoons?
I did not. I know a lot of people that are on Cincinnati here. My leans to Quantrill. I know he has struggles getting righties out, and Cincinnati's going to be able to stack probably 8 righties today. So I don't know. It's a really good spot to back him, but I don't have that much faith in Lodolo to completely shut this Miami lineup out. If we look at him versus left-handed hitters, though, or pitchers, they're just not getting to anybody. They got 4 runs off Luzardo on the 17th of June. Besides that, they haven't gotten more than 2 runs off the last 10 starters they saw. Mitch Parker, they did get 6. So I don't think there's a spot where I can back the Marlins. I only see it as a value spot with them. I think all their bullpen arms are fresh, ready to go. They're ready to be traded, and I'm sure they'd love to get one more save before they do. Lodolo is a guy I would rather back on the road. He's had some good home starts this year, so he's probably more fit to pitch well in this park. I don't have anything on it.
I don't either here. By the way, the Mets score 1-0 in the top of the 5th now. And I'm sure Jimmy is raging right now. So let's hope for our guy's sake that he can come through there as well. It's nice to see, Spoons. You're loved here as well in the community. It's all walk-off wagers, doing the Lord's work on Sunday. Everyone's saying when Spoons leaves, we leave. So it's nice to see you guys sticking around with us here. And of course, my computer just shut down, so I will get it back in 2 seconds.
Well, we got 2 Jose's. That's great. I've never even thought of the possibility of being on twice with Jose at one time. We can move on quickly to the Seattle-New York game. I have a huge lean to Seattle here. Brian Wu is a pitcher that has shown the ability to pitch well in Yankee Stadium already. He's got a .86 whip versus righties and a 1.06 versus lefties. The lefties are going to have a better time getting to him here than they have ever at T-Mobile, but this isn't a Yankees lineup that's absolutely stacked with lefties. They will have Dominguez hitting from the left side. They'll also have Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger and Jazz, but this is Brian Wu versus Marcus Stroman. I think this is a spot Seattle really needs to get the win. They go on the road tomorrow and face Detroit versus Detroit's best pitcher. Nobody's getting runs off Scooble right now, so this is a really good opportunity for them to get some runs on the board. I don't see how Stroman keeps them from getting 3 runs in this Yankees bullpen. All the good arms went yesterday, so they're going to be not with their best stuff if they get asked to come out again. I think they can probably tag a few runs off there. I was looking at Seattle team total and the money line. Ultimately, I haven't got there yet. There's plenty of time before first pitch to see what develops as far as lineups go. Right before the All-Star break, you never know when somebody gets an extra rest day.
Well, Spoons, I'm back. Nice to see you again. First time ever the Mac just went to sleep during the show. So it's nice to see all the people enjoying 2 Jose's there for a second. You know, we give the people what they want. And they said they want less Jose, so we'll double it, actually.
See TJ's comment in there about the market. It's really surprising difference between the first 5 to full game, especially when you consider the Mariners have all of their arms fresh and ready to go. And you got to expect they're not planning on using them versus Scooble tomorrow. I would have thought this market leaned more towards Seattle than it actually does. And it is a little bit concerning. That's another thing keeping me off the full game. You got to respect the market with these kind of things. The split between full game and first 5 is over 20 cents at this point on most books. And that's a significant lean to the Yankees in the late innings.
And that's where I'm on, Spoons. I'm on the New York Yankees money line here. I bet it's, kind of before the show, minus 105. Jimmy mentioned that Wu was pitching against Stroman yesterday, and I was like, okay, that'll be like minus 130 Seattle Mariners. And if it's higher than that, I'd lean Mariners. If it's lower than that, I'd probably end up betting the Yankees. And we had minus 105 or whatever with the openers here. And I was like, okay, that's absurd here. So I'm on the Yankees here. It's a little scary. Penny opened this up at minus 114 Seattle. It's now minus 106 New York. When a place that we used to play poker at opened this up at minus 109 New York and is now minus 107 Seattle. So it's very interesting to see those two books kind of going back and forth with each other. I'd love to see how many are, Troy, I don't know if you've tracked this, but how many times those books are that off from each other. It's very interesting. I'll stick with Penny and I'll bet the Yankees here. I think the first 5 full game price, like TJ said, is pretty shocking. Minus 140, minus 150 Seattle now. So I'm on the Yankees here, full game here. And look at that. Nasty Nate came back and Jimmy turned into Spoon and Ian turned into Jose. And I thought I smoked indica instead of hybrid. So it's nice to see you, Nasty Nate, as well. We kind of do look similar, me and Ian Cameron. So shout out to him. But I'm on the Yankees full game here, minus 105. Spoons, you're not anything in this game, correct?
No, I'm going to stay off Seattle. The market's telling me that I have the wrong take in this game, and I'm going to respect that.
All right, well, let us roll right along here to our 9th game on the board, and it is the Boston Red Sox versus the Tampa Bay Rays, a game that I've actually moved on. It's unsurprising here. I'll say this. Let me get on my stoop here real quick, Spoons, and then you can push me down because you hate the Red Sox here. But this is the most important portion of the Red Sox season. They've got 4 games against Tampa Bay here, who obviously are in front of them in the wild card and division here. We also have, I need to go to my bookmarks here on my profile. I should just do it on my phone. It'd be much easier. But we also, it was turned into the easy portion of the schedule, quickly turns up to the hard portion of the schedule is the point of all this. They've got 3 at the Chicago Cubs next, which I'm sure is going to be very interesting for me in this program here. We've got at the Phillies for 3, and they've got the Dodgers at home for 3, and Mookie Betts returned to Fenway Park. Oh, man, I'm not emotionally ready for that one either. But really hard portion of the Red Sox schedule coming up. They're playing super well, and it's time to determine if it's actually them playing well or them just playing shitty teams. I don't know, honestly. I've gone back and forth, but today this line was it was a good indicator of what side I should bet here. Again, another line that I was like, okay, Taj Bradley, Walker Buehler, Ray's playing pretty well here. Minus 130, Taj Bradley, and then it's just minus 110 each way. And I was like, okay, well, this is minus 110 each way, and we have a market of here's 52% of the bets on Tampa Bay, 75% of the money on the Red Sox, though. So I thought that was interesting. But the line's sort of creeping towards the Red Sox, and I think this opener, giving the Red Sox respect here, is enough to get me on the Red Sox here. So unsurprisingly, I am on the Boston Red Sox here, full game money line, thinking that Walker Buehler has come out of his fucking comatose state, has figured out how to pitch again, and I am on the minus 112. And I think I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat. I've got to pull it up on my computer here, but TJ saying Tampa Bay had a fun run, but Cinderella turned into a pumpkin again. Fade Tampa Bay for a while here. AM saying the Rays are 3-7 their last 10, 22-18 on the road. Red Sox are 8-2 their last 10, and the line is a pick 'em. The Rays have been struggling, and he thinks the books are laughing at this pick 'em price here. I'm on the Red Sox firmly here. Spoons, what do you think?
So I think Brandon Lau is going to be out of the lineup for Tampa Bay. That's not confirmed yet, but that's a really important bat for me if the Rays are going to get to Walker Buehler. Buehler's already seen Tampa Bay this season. He went 7 innings pitched, gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, and only 1 walk. It was probably his best game pitched of the season at this point. He gets to do it at home again today, and this is really pitcher-friendly weather here in Boston. The temperatures are really low. I think this is a spot Buehler can probably pitch decent to this Rays lineup. This is a really important 4-game series for both teams. Do you know who the Red Sox are going to throw out tomorrow? It looks like Crochet's the projected for Saturday's game. And
I'll tell you right now I'll tell you who's projected at least. I'd trust to. No projected. Interesting. I don't know then. So yeah, I'll be fascinated to see.
Gives me a lot of questions on how they're going to handle this. I think the Tampa Bay Rays have tomorrow scheduled for a win, and then probably trying to circle Sunday as an important game versus Bayo there at home. I think they think they'll have the pitching advantage with Pepio, but in this game right here, it's just not enough for me to get on the Rays. I don't know how Walker Buehler will perform. I don't think he's going to go 7 innings pitched, but at home in pitcher-friendly weather, the Red Sox probably having to use quite a few bullpen pieces tomorrow. I think they're going to leave him out there for quite a while. So expectations that he pitches well, and I can't fade it. TJ's on the Sox. My guy Kyle's on the Sox. You're on the Sox. I just have a small lean to the Rays. I'm not going to move with it.
All right, Boston Red Stockings. The climb begins today up the American League East to make me feel better about my futures that I stare at every day. So let's go on here and let's move. By the way, I saw people talking about the total. I forgot to mention the total market here real quick. 70% of the money and 94% of the 70% of the bets, 94% of the money on the over in this game. Excuse me. This total opened up at 9 minus 115. Penny already has this as a 9.5, and 9.5 should be coming across the board here soon. So I agree, probably lean towards an over here. Ron Crawford saying over 9 here. All right, let's keep going here. Cleveland versus Chicago here. Stepchild in Chicago. We've got Jonathan Cannon versus Logan Allen here. And everyone kind of knows if you watch this program that I am a fan of Logan Allen. I'm a fan of Jonathan Cannon. I've labeled him as one of the 3 guys that I could back on this White Sox team. But I'll tell you what, the market and the people betting today do not like Jonathan Cannon because there's 80% of the bets and 93% of the money on the Cleveland Guardians here. Coming off that big, long losing streak, 10 games. They sweep the Astros. They're feeling good about themselves. Now they come into the easy White Sox, and they're only minus 130. Man, I was a little surprised by this line, Spoons. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was, again, minus 140, minus 150, and this is a minus 130 here. And action, clip it. Logan Allen, I'm a fan. But I just can't believe this line is where it is. I see Penny open this line at minus 129. It's at minus 128. It got down to minus 126 at one point, 125. I think the White Sox are very live in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if I moved on. And what do you guys think in the chat? And what do you think, Spoons?
It's really concerning to me that Class A just pitched 3 days in a row. Has only had 1 day off after that 3 day in a row spot. Hunter Gaddis had to do the same 3 days in a row. Cade Smith pitched 2 of those 3. He had a day off yesterday, so he's got a full day rest off of 28 pitches. Paul Sewald is who came in and got the save, and Jacob Junis got the hold yesterday. I'm going to assume that Class A is probably unavailable unless this is a spot that's really coming down to it. I don't think they want to throw him out there 4 out of 5 days, especially going right into the All-Star break. This is an important series for the Guardians, though. This is a division rival. I think they really want to get this win. I think Logan Allen presents us the pitching advantage at the start. I know you have a lot of love for Cannon, but he hasn't necessarily pitched that well at home. He's only had 2 opportunities, but he hasn't made it out of the 4th inning in either of those opportunities. And I can't back him here. I think it's sort of a suspicious line. I would expect the Guardians to be a little heavier favored, but I mean, at home, this is probably a minus 155, 160, and that would look better to me. So maybe the line is priced accurately, but just with all the bullpen arms out, I can't get there with Cleveland. This is an offense that just leaves a ton to be desired scoring, while we think of the White Sox as being terrible, they're top 12 in WRC plus in the last 30 days, and they're 6 in WRC plus versus left-handed pitchers in the last 14 days. So they're getting to him a little bit. They got 4 off Kershaw. They looked really good against him in that game. I don't understand why they can't look decent against Logan Allen, so I'm just going to stay off. Probably the White Sox present some value here.
I think I'm going to move on the White Sox. I will mention that he did pitch against the Guardians earlier this year, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, third start of the season. So hopefully he's learned and got them there. And shout out to you, TJ. I will be on the White Sox today. I'll bet them right now and see what price I get. Just a suspicious opener. I'm trying to do a little bit of a better job about seeing the suspicious openers on as well as the line movement up for those openers here. So I think it was the A's game. I don't remember what it was. It was a suspicious opener. The line moved, and I think it was A's Brave, but I don't remember exactly. But plus 119 for me in the Chicago White Sox officially here. Let's roll on here to our Washington Nationals, St. Louis. I do that all the time. I don't know why the S&T just makes me think Seattle, I guess. But St. Louis Cardinals here. Miles Michaelis, Mike Soroka here. A lot of M's, a lot of Mikes in this business here. 2 pitchers that I truly don't know how I feel about nowadays, Spoons. I'll be honest. Miles Michaelis is a free agent to be. All of the motivation in the world to try to pitch, really well. I believe I'm 85% sure he has a no trade clause as well, and he's saying that he's not going to waive it for anyone. So he is going to be a St. Louis Cardinal. But how good is he? I've always gone back and forth with Miles here. His last appearance was at the Cubs. I'm sure you remember this one, Spoon. 8 earned runs on 6 home runs. I'm sure, was that a windy day? It has to be one of those windy days. There was 6 home runs allowed, 8 earned runs, but it doesn't matter because the previous one was 6 earned runs there in 4 innings at Cleveland of all teams there. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned against Cincinnati and 3 starts ago. But really bad last 2 starts. Does he bounce back here? I kind of lean towards him doing so, especially against the Nationals team that does not inspire too much fear here against righties. In the last 15 days, or not 15 days, I should say, from the 15th to today here of last month, we have the St. Louis Cardinals sitting at 7th, 117 weighted runs created plus, which is impressive, I will admit. Mike Soroka on the other side, once upon a time, Spoons, I was dreaming upon Mike Soroka. I was like, man, I think he could be a great pitcher, and then 2 Achilles tears later and an ACL or whatever it was, he's done. And pitching on the White Sox, getting another deal on the Nationals here. He gave up 7 earned runs to the Red Sox, the red hot Red Sox. So maybe we can afford him some grace there. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned runs at the Angels. 5 1/3, 2 hits, 3 earned runs at the Dodgers. 10 Ks, 2 walks there. I still think the good pitcher is inside there. The Nationals just trying to keep it and draw it out of them more, to say the least. For this market, we've got 56% of the bets, 68% of the money on Washington here, kind of a public little dog there. And we have the line moving from minus 136 at Penny to minus 137, so not much movement there. BOL, same thing, minus 140s, gone down to minus 136, but still minus 140 here. So definitely kind of seems like it might be a Cardinal spot here with a lot of, if we're going to call it public, just a popular dog here. So nothing here for me, but maybe an over lean with here. Let's talk about that market real quick before I pass it to you, Spoon. 95% of the bets, 81% of the money on the over. Good God. No action here for me, Spoons. What do you think?
I understand why all the money's on the over. This is Michaelis, who just continues to get touched. He doesn't discriminate left-hand side of the plate or right-hand side of the plate. Baltimore, a lefty-heavy lineup got to him. Kansas City, a righty-heavy lineup got to him. We look at Cleveland, who wasn't hitting anybody, got 6 runs off him. This is not a guy I really trust on the mound. I hear a lot of people saying good things about Soroka right now. I don't necessarily agree with all of it. He's approaching the second most innings he's ever pitched, and we're not even at the All-Star break. This is a guy that came up when he was 20 years old. I think a lot of people were drooling over him at that point, and he looked really sharp for Atlanta, and he's dealt with health issues since. Went 3 years without pitching in the major leagues, trying to rehab from that Achilles injury. He's never been the same pitcher in my eyes. Immediately coming back in 2023, he had a 6.4 ERA. He's got a 5.4 ERA this year. The xERA is 3.19, so the advanced metrics expect him to pitch better, but I don't know. I hear people saying he's a trade candidate. He might need to pitch well. I think this is a St. Louis spot. I can't get there with Michaelis, so I agree with that over. Just runs on both sides of this plate. I think I heard Bobano give out the Washington team total over 3.5. I like that a lot as well. I'm not going to get to the window with this game. The market doesn't quite make sense to me with these two pitchers. I think they both can get hit.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Shout out to TJ mentioning that big move to Seattle, which hurts my heart to see here. They just went, like we said, they were favored, or excuse me, the Yankees were favored here, and then it quickly flips -106, -109. Now Seattle at penny, which is very disappointing to see. All right, let's bring on a special guest because he's got action in this game, and I can't wait to hear it here. He's been on the show earlier today, but it's nice to have him when we're on screen here. And obviously, no, it's a new show now, gents, with me and Spoons. It's our guy Stacks joining the program.
Stacks.
Justin, my man, how are you?
Not bad.
How is the Juan Soto tracking? I haven't kept up with him.
Horrible.
Okay, well there we go. Good, that's good and concise.
And over horrible.
Oh, that over hurts. This I've been seeing guys on bases the whole damn game for all that shit. All right, Justin, you have action on this game. I'm very interested to hear what you got. Fire
I do. I got CJ Abrams over 1.5 bases. Got that at. I bet it twice. That's how much I like it because I got a bad number, and I got it at -103, and then I seen recently it was like +106, so I bet it again. But he's 5 for 13 off of Michaelis. Michaelis, recent form hasn't figured out how to get out lefties, so I'll take him.
Well, beautiful. And the players that feel like they should be in the All-Star game and then are not in the All-Star game, I definitely think they play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here in the last few days before it. I thought Juan Soto would be one of those guys as well here. Plenty of time left.
Last time I was on him, he cashed late, but he might not get that many chances.
Yeah, plenty of time left, but we will see indeed here. Justin.
And I'm glad both of y'all on there. I'm gonna miss both of y'all's show this weekend.
Well, you're a busy man, Justin. We understand. Well, what you got going on this weekend?
I'm leaving in the morning, going to Virginia. That's like my little
540. Come on.
That's like my third home. My niece lived down there. She all by herself, so I use it as a reason to go down there and be lazy. I get a little hotel room and just do absolute no caffeine.
Justin, but where in Virginia are you going?
Centersville.
Oh, shout out. I grew up in Roanoke, so I'm very
I'm about to say it's right outside Fairfax. Usually Fairfax is where we go to eat and shit.
Yep. Shout out to DC as well.
I wouldn't mind moving down there. It's all right down there.
Fairfax is very nice.
It is.
It is very nice down here. See, Spoons, you wouldn't know. This is just a couple Virginia guys chatting it up right now.
I'm not a Virginia guy.
This is Justin. I heard that you're looking to move down there, and that was your third home. That's what I just heard. So
I would consider moving down there.
Well, just remember, Justin, Virginia's for lovers. You remember that.
Guess I'll just stay in Pittsburgh.
Well, Justin, we'll see you back. You've got a few. I saw you have 6 plays today.
I don't know where you got that information from.
I thought you said you had 6 plays today.
I sent Jimmy 4 and I added 1. I added the Orioles over. That would have made 5.
I guess I'm all fucked up today, Justin.
I mean, I made it painfully obvious that I was not making the Orioles. I just gave them a bet. That's who I bet. But I made it clear that I wasn't making them official. But I made the Orioles over official and Soto official, Abrams official, and I got 2 in the WNBA.
All right, well, beautiful. Spoons, you had your hand up, I think, for a second there. My computer is being a bitch over here. I can't really tell, but shoot, would you have something to say? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think I may have been reacting to one of the comments you made, just trying not to give too much of my poker face away on it.
Okay, good.
One of my comments?
No. Jose's.
That's funny. By the way,
see you.
Spoons, obviously, I'm sure you've seen 1-0 Cubbies there already, double just now. But
that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's cool.
We'll take it here. Billy, North Carolina, Virginia guy. By the way, Billy, I'm going to be in North Carolina here in September, so I need to hit you up. I'm going to be in Kernsville, North Carolina.
I can't see the chat. I ain't got my other phone. That Billy who is in North Carolina?
Billy Friedrich.
Oh yeah, he lived down there.
Yeah, Billy Friedrich's a North Carolina guy. He's right down the street from the Hurricanes arena. At least that's what I like to imagine it. So shout out to you, Billy.
I have a cousin and a baby mom that live in Raleigh.
I will be right there. I'm flying into Raleigh, so I'll visit her. Say hello, Justin. See, she's
you can have her.
Oh God, that's funny. All right, well, Justin, I can't wait. We'll have you back on here soon. You have a WNBA play as well, correct?
2.
Beautiful, 2 WNBA plays. So Justin's gonna carry the WNBA segment on his back.
Riz not coming?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he has any action.
Because funny story, Jimmy tried to text Brizzy earlier, and he texted me. And I'm reading the text, and it was like, Justin's going to join you, but try to be brief. And I'm like, wait, what? So I texted him back like, wrong person, I am Justin. He was like, that was for Brizzy. I was like, so I just assumed Brizzy coming on, but if he's not coming on, I could do the whole, I got a couple other plays. I'll make 2 official, but I got other plays.
Oh, beautiful. We'll have you fire them all away then. I can't wait to hear about them. My guy, can't wait. So thank you, Justin. We'll see you back here in a bit.
All right, Spoon.
Nice seeing you, Stacks.
Beautiful work there. All right, well, beautiful. So Spoons, I'm sorry, a little Virginia talk, Virginia, North Carolina talk. You Midwest guys can't relate, I guess.
I grew up on the East Coast, and down that way. Is what it is. I'm not somebody.
You're an Ohio guy now. You're Ohio tough now, Spoon. That's all I see. Burning Rivers or whatever the fuck it is in Cleveland. That's Spoons right there. Maybe even a Cleveland Browns guy. I don't know.
No. I'm cursed to be a New York Giants fan for the rest of my life. It makes it really easy to bet on NFL football because I just have no bias in rooting for a team. Actively root against them every week.
I'm cursed to be a New York Jets fan, and I lose money on betting on them frequently. So I can't wait to do that again.
I had a Chad Pennington jersey when I was a little kid. My dad hated it with all his guts. Let's move on to this next game. Atlanta Braves and the Sacramento Athletics. We got JP Sears on the mound and Spencer Strider. Will you take the market away from me?
Sure. I can't wait to talk about this game because I saw this line. At least BOL just opened up some ridiculous opener here, and I saw this line explode. But we've got right now 64% of the bets and 60% of the money. Sorry, 64% of the bets on the Braves here, 60% of the money on Oakland here. So pretty split ticket wise here, but we have Penny open this up at minus 148. It's now minus 174. As I mentioned, BOL saying they opened this up at minus 130, quickly goes up to minus 140, minus 148, minus 160, gets up to minus 180. It's now minus 177 right now. So huge explosions to the Atlanta Braves here. 73% of the bets and 89% of the money is on the under in this game here as well. And we have a 10 that actually has gone to a 10.5, fascinatingly enough, Spoons. What do you have on this one?
This is a difficult game, in my opinion. Spencer Strider still showing you he's not himself from past seasons yet. He hasn't fully come back from this injury, but 6 innings pitched versus Baltimore, only 3 earned runs. It's not a terrible start. He followed that up on a 7-inning start versus Philadelphia, only gave up 2 earned runs there. So I think the Athletics probably are a team he can pitch well against. He's traditionally struggled more with lefties than righties, and Oakland doesn't have, they have 2 or 3 pretty decent hitting lefties, but nothing else besides that. Jacob Wilson took a pitch in the hand, not yesterday, but 2 days ago now, and he missed yesterday's game. I don't know that they try to put him out there again. On the opposite side, Acuna missed 2 days ago's game with a back tightness. He's in the home run derby. This is a guy that's actively changing his swing to get as many home runs in that contest as he can. And I think that back tightness, soreness is definitely a result of that. You're just trying to launch every single ball. And he hit 2 home runs yesterday in a very hitter-friendly park. He's going to be hitting there again today. Temperatures above 100 degrees. I think this is a spot where I think Atlanta's overvalued. I don't trust them. I don't trust that Acuna is going to be out there for a full 5 at-bats in this game. I think there's a ton of value on it on the Athletics now that the line has moved this much. I think JP Sears can pitch well here. He's shown us in his last 2 games. He's gone 12 innings and hasn't given up a single earned run to a really good New York lineup that's been hitting everybody, and San Francisco on the road, who is much more potent of an offense on the road. So I think this is probably a spot where Sears can pitch well again. I don't necessarily agree with the market, so it's not a spot right before the All-Star break. I want to challenge the market with something I don't have a ton of confidence in, so I ultimately pass, but I think the Braves are overpriced.
Yeah, it's fascinating that they've exploded in price here as well. I will mention, I don't have the name in front of me now. Old E, there we are. Old E asking about first 5 total. We're at 5.5 here. I'm seeing -115 openers to -110 now to the under there. But interesting game here. I'm staying off. So let's roll right along here. And I'm interested to hear your take on this game because I've moved on this one. We've got Angels Rangers here. I was on the Angels last night, excuse me. And Spoons, I value my sleep.
That was disgusting.
When 9:30 comes around, I'm like, fuck, it's time. It's about that time. It's about that hour. And I was watching the Angels game. And it was like 5-5. Trout keeps hitting home runs. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna roll the dice again because I did this 2 nights ago, and I think it was Phillies Giants, and the Giants won on that walk off like inside the park home run that Patrick Bailey did, whatever the fuck it was. I didn't see it because I was on the Phillies, and I went to sleep and I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? I was so angry. So today I had the opposite. I wake up and I see a text from a buddy that I told to bet the Angels. And he's like, so Jorge Soler is so clutch. And I just woke up. I saw that. And I was like, oh, thank God. Just like relief that we cashed the bet here. And I want to go right back to the well with Kohanowicz versus Corbin here. I think we're going to see shitty Patrick Corbin. 50% of the tickets each way. 61% of the money is on the Los Angeles Angels here. -115 opener to the Texas Rangers is what BOL had this at. Went to -140. Line flippage now -112. Los Angeles Angels at BOL, where we used to play poker and where we might be playing poker soon. Penny as well opened this -116. Texas Rangers now -111. Los Angeles Angels here. So as you guys know, I typically bet these flips. I think I haven't tracked their ROIs. I need to add a section in my spreadsheet to add notes about line flipping and seeing if I can total up and see all that shit. But I am indeed on the Los Angeles Angels here. I bet them at, let me tell you right now, and Spoons, I'm Please tell me you're on there with me. I bet them at minus 112 here for my fourth bet of the show. What do you want here in this game?
I don't have a bet in this game yet. Both of these teams play a game tomorrow, so there's no huge advantage on that side. One thing that worries me about your LA side of this bet is Kenley Jansen and Reed Detmers, your most important arms if you're trying to win a game, have both pitched in for the last 6 days. So that would put them both on 5 of 7 days. Kenley Jansen is an older arm. I don't think they want to do that. He's only going to come out there and pitch if there's a save situation.
Yep.
I look at Texas. Their bats have clearly come alive. They lost the game last night, but they still scored 8 or 9 runs. I think this is a spot where I could only back Texas. I think I hold Patrick Corbin in a higher standard than most people. He regularly gets dogged, and I think a lot of it has to do with his past, but he's shown the ability to pitch really well this season. The Angels lineup don't have a ton of lefties, and Patrick Corbin has a lower xFIP to lefties, so it's probably not the best lineup for him to touch because the Angels are going to stack probably 8 righties out there, and I'm not sure if I can trust him that much. I think his pitch mix is really good. He throws a slider and a sinker. He looks a lot like almost Kershaw's pitch mix with half of his stuff, and that's been successful in the league for a long time. I don't understand why he can't pitch to this Angels lineup. Trout had 2 home runs yesterday. Adele is getting hot. There's some bats over there that scare me more than what Texas has, but Texas's bullpen is in a better spot after losing that game last night. They were able to preserve their closer. He's on multiple days rest. I could only get there to Texas. Trying to look at some market stuff in this. I think this is a Ranger spot. I'm sorry, Jose. I'm probably not going to be in the actual ticket window, but I'm just going to give honestly what I feel. I don't trust
the back spoons.
I don't trust Kokonowitz here. He's got a 1.64 whip versus lefties, a 4.86 xFIP, and the xFIP on the other side is 4.75. Those are both pretty high numbers, and I think Texas's lineup, you're going to have 4 lefties, 5 righties. The lefties are their best bats, and I think they could probably get to him. Smith, Seager, Simeon. Simeon hit a bomb last night. Garcia, Heim, Wyatt Langford, Evan Carter. Everybody's healthy now, and this is not where Texas has been the majority of the season. So I think this is a Texas spot. The Angels versus lefties don't scare me very much. On the full season, they're 22nd in weighted runs created plus versus lefties. So why can't Patrick Corbin keep me in this game? The market kind of pushes me towards it. I may get on the Rangers, but as of now, I'll respect your bet and good luck with it.
Well, thank you, Spoons. PCA home run to make you the warm and fuzzies there. 3-0 Cubbies. God, dude, it was. I was so close to betting the Cubs today, but I am currently pissed off at your organization, so I didn't. And I'm living to regret it here. It seemed easy. It seemed easy today against Chris Paddock. So yeah. All right. Fair enough. I'm off of that Cubs game, obviously, and I am on this game here with the Angels. So I'm excited to watch this game. And yes, Billy, we do need to investigate the Cubs for juice balls here. Maybe we do. Them and the Yankees as well. Who knows? Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres, our final baseball game of the day here. And then we will roll right into the WNBA with our guy Justin McCelvy here. Eddie Rodriguez versus Randy Vasquez. And again, this is kind of another surprising line to me. Honestly, I thought I didn't know what team it would have to face for Eddie Rodriguez, to be a favorite on the road. And I was shocked to see that it was the Padres. And I guess, I get it. Randy Vasquez has been lined as one of the worst starting pitchers in baseball all year. Some of his lines, they're just no respect. And, I just don't bet him. So I can't give you guys what it feels like to bet the man every game. But 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 1/3, 4 earned runs, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 innings, 3 earned runs. It's not been horrible here. And the fact that he's a home dog against Eddie Rodriguez really tipped my sensors off here. We've got right now 55% of the bets, 71% of the money on the over here, 67% of the bets on the Padres, 58% of the money on the Diamondbacks here. Maybe the Padres are just a public team and people bet them because Fernando Tatis and all the bats and such. This opened up at penny minus 118 Arizona. It's now minus 114 Arizona. BOL opened this minus 109 Arizona. It's up to minus 118 Arizona. I don't know, Spoons. I thought this was just a shocking line. Like I said, I didn't expect Eddie Rodriguez to be a road favorite against really anyone that it wasn't absolutely horrific. So I lean Diamondbacks here, but it's not a bet I've made so far. What do you have to say about this one?
Yeah, I have the over in this game. It's tomorrow or today. Eduardo Rodriguez. This is a guy that has pitched pretty decently this season, but his last game out kind of showed more the true colors that a lot of us expect from him. Gave up 12 hits and 8 earned runs in less than 5 innings to a weak hitting Kansas City lineup. On the season, he's got a 1.8 whip versus left-handed batters. You have quite a few good lefties in this lineup with Arias, Gavin Sheets, Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth. But on the opposite side, he's got a 1.6 whip to righties and a xFIP at 3.78, and that's all the big bets into Tatis and Machado and Bogarts. I don't understand how Rodriguez goes out there, gives you anything better than 5 innings and 2 earned runs, and it's probably more 5 innings, 4 earned runs. On the opposite side of this, we got Randy Vasquez, a guy that to a right-handed lineup, I think he can pitch really well, but if you have a bunch of lefties in there, this guy is going to struggle. Out of qualified starters, I believe this is the highest xFIP to either side of the plate, 6.77 versus lefties on the season and a 1.7 whip to go along with it. That's Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Perdomo, Josh Naylor, Jake McCarthy, Alex Thomas, Jose Herrera. Like, they can stack lefties against this guy, and I think this 8.5 is just too low. I took the over at 8.5. It's one of the only 2 bets I've gotten there, along with the Cubs money line so far. I'd like to see some more solid lineups. One guy in this lineup, Ketel Marte, he's been battling a groin issue since the weekend, and that's not something that just disappears. So there's always a chance he sits or doesn't play the entire game, and that's not good for my over. But this is one of those things, even without Marte, I feel like we can get over it. And I think once he's locked in the lineup, I think this will be a 9 at most places. I really like this over. This is probably my favorite play on the board today. Both of these bullpens have left a lot to be desired, but you look at Arizona, they just lost their closer for the rest of the year. And this is a really bad bullpen already. Kevin Ginkel's now pitched on 2 or 3 days. Qualified statistics on the season, Arizona's Diamondback is 27th in ERA. So I think there's so many ways to get runs in this game. I really like it. Padres taking in extra money as the home team. That's even better. It gives me one more. I really like it a lot. Take it away, Jose.
Yeah, a lot of love for that over here as well. Rem likes the over wager on the over. TJ mentioned that it's overpass here, and you got me right there too, Spoons. I lean over with you here. I'm gonna keep my action lower like you, and try to get some winning days underneath my belt here. I had a winning day yesterday, and it was great for the morale over here at the Bouquett household. So a winning day today would be great here. So Spoons, please recap your action here before we roll into the WNBA.
Yeah, it's just Cubs minus 105 and Diamondbacks Padres over 8.5 minus 120. I'd probably add 1 or 2 more plays on this card. You just heard me talk about them all. I'm not quite sure. I still have that heavy lean to Seattle. I'm starting to see the market kind of respect it more the way I would like to. Seattle, there's a very good chance that winds up in my card here soon, but just the 2 official plays for right now. And good luck to everybody. I hope you have a great day. Gamble responsibly. Enjoy some time with the family. Watch some good sports. It's gonna be a good night.
It is going to be a good night. Thank you, my guy Spoons Bets, for joining the program here. I got to sit up now, make sure my head's a little more visible for all you guys. But shout out to our guy Spoons. Two good bets here. Hopefully one winner in the Cubs already. So hoping for my guy Spoons here as well. All right. We're going to roll into the WNBA. Our guy Justin Mcelvy will be joining us here shortly. I'm going to review my action in MLB, and then we'll get right to it here. I am on, and let me pull it back up here again. I'm on the New York Yankees -105. That line has gone against me a bit now since the start of the show here. -105, -109. Seattle Mariners +101. New York. So that hurts. That hurts to see there. Fucking Marcus Stroman. It's going to make me mad. But whatever. Yankees -105. Boston Red Sox -112. Would love to see if these lines have moved a little bit as well. -112 for me. Still the same there. Los Angeles Angels -112 for me as well. Seeing the same thing there earlier, which is at least nice. And I am on the Chicago White Sox. Shout out to you, Billy Friedrich, again. Full game money line +119 there. And then Billy, I need to hit you up on the Twitter machine, Billy. Shoot me a DM because I am indeed going to North Carolina, and I'd like to see you, my man. That'd be dope if we could link up here as well. It'd be nice. So shout out to you, my guy, and let's roll into a fun WNBA game. We missed the first one, obviously, and we've got our guy Justin Mcelvy joining us here in a bit. So, and he's got like 5 plays, 10 plays, 11 plays on this game. So we're gonna hear this music again because it slaps. It's our guy Justin Mcelvy. I just hit that one for you guys in the back there. Shout out to the ribeye play of the day. It's our guy, Justin McKell. Justin, my man, nice to see you again.
I do not have 12, 11, 13 plays in this slate. I did hear that.
Well, you have a few in this game that we're going to talk about. Las Vegas Aces versus the Washington Mystics here. And point number 1 for this game. You look at the line, you see -2.5 Washington Mystics. You already know. No Asia Wilson here again for the Las Vegas Aces.
Why you skip the first game?
Oh, I thought we weren't going to get there, actually. I forgot. I thought the game already started. So
no, it's 3:00 my time. You talking about the Lynx and
yeah, for whatever reason, I'm used to the show ending at like 4:00 now with Jimmy. So I forgot that game wasn't starting. So good call out by you, Justin. Thank you. We'll go backwards in order here.
That's cool. I got action in this game too.
Beautiful. Las Vegas Aces, Washington Mystics. The market in this game here, 75% of the bets, 84% of the money on Washington here. This line has at least gone in the right direction for all you Washington bettors out there. We've got a -1 opener to a -3.5 fours on the board here for Washington. Justin, my man, second game on the board. First game we're talking about, Washington, Las Vegas. What do you think?
Well, I got 2 bets in it. One, the line moved in my favor, but I can't give it out now. I got a Mystics +1 that I bet. I do me, Ron Crawford, and Ramon, we do a WNBA show, but we recorded the day before for the following day. So it's out now. And I gave out the Mystics money line or +1. And my breakdown was they're not going to be no Asian. There was a little pushback with it, but Asian not going to play. It's not official. Well, before we came on the show, I didn't see it wasn't official, but no Asian, no Gueno. I got the Mystics. I bet that. I'll make that. You can make that official, so we can add that. But I'm not. Matter of fact, no, we can't because I'm not giving up 2.5. Not when I got a minus 112 money line. But that's my bet. But what I will make official is I got the Mystics team total over 78.5. But I'm willing to take whatever you can see now. If it's moved up or down, I'll take it. But I got 78.5.
Well, let me tell you right now here, I don't have the line shopping abilities of old Jimmy the Bag here, but I'm looking at BetMGM here and team total over. I'm looking at fucking full game totals. These sons of bitches here. I'll have to look and see because BetMGM is not my regular book. So finding these team total overs is going to be a gigantic pain, apparently. So team total over for Justin there, Washington Mystics. And what number did you get?
I got 78. I recently seen 79. I endorse both. If you can't get a 78 for the show purposes, whatever you can get, I'll take. Anything that's not 80.
All right, well, beautiful. Endorses it all the way to 80 there. So I'll keep searching for that. Here,
And for people who want to parlay, I got the Mystics money line. I'm not laying 2.5 when I got the money line minus 112.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're gonna win the game. I bet it. I'm just not gonna, because when we did the recording, there was people thinking that Asia, and I think she's still questionable, so she might play. But she had an MRI on her wrist. She got hurt against the Liberty, left in the second quarter, so it didn't come back.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if she played today, especially.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Especially with the line being the way it is right now, how short it is. They wouldn't put out this line if they didn't know. I'm seeing 3.5 here as well. So very interested. Good bet there, Justin. Let's talk about Minnesota Lynx, Washington, Minnesota Lynx.
I got 2 bets in this game too.
Well, let's talk about it. With Lynx Sparks here. Market in this game will roll right into it. 58% of the bets, 53% of the money on Los Angeles here. A little bit of a public, well, of the two, obviously the public favorite or public dog, I should say. 52% of the bets are on the under, but 72% of the money is on the under in this game. So 52% of the bets on the over, 72% of the money on the under in that game. Fascinating stuff. This line opened up at 6.5 Minnesota. It is at 7.5 here. That is interesting. You know, it's not overwhelming money, but more money on Los Angeles and the line moving to Minnesota here. Total has gone up a half point from 163.5 to 164. Justin, what are your thoughts on this game and what action did you have?
Yeah, my whole best bet on the WNBA slate today is the over. I got over 163.5. But again, I'll take anything that you could, if you could pull up a line, anything. I said in the video, anything under 165, I'm in. So if you see anything under 165, I'll make it official.
Yeah, I'm seeing 163.5, so you're good there.
Oh yeah. And I also got the Lynx minus 6.5. I know it expired on me. When we talked about it yesterday, I all agree that they lose to the Mercury, it's a smash spot. But as far as over, people who want numbers, Sparks is 8-2 to the over the last 10, either 8-2 or 7-3. I've seen contradicting, comparing on the numbers, but they're 8-2, 7-3 to the over. You catch the Lynx off a loss, they're gonna be some mad females, and I love it. I love it a lot, actually.
All right, well, beautiful. And Justin, did you tweet these out, by the way?
I did not, but there's a I can, but there's a video with me giving these plays out.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll double check with Jimmy, but you just send me your action and your lines here, and I'm pretty sure you'll be fine giving out your action officially here.
And the thing about it is I got the video, all these plays, I gave them out on the video with the current number that I'm giving you.
So, and where can the people watch that video for those who don't know?
Tony's Picks 2-3 Zone. It's me, Ron Crawford, and Ramon Scott.
Beautiful. Shout out to
and we do it at 4:00 every day for the following day. There you go.
Shout out to Ron Crawford in the chat right
hold
now.
on, I didn't see, what did you just say? I didn't.
Asia's officially out. So we're officially good there. The line moving up there. I like it. It just feels like little Washington Mystics over parlay here. Take both games here in one. Feel good about yourself today.
Yeah, I mean, if you into that, just money line the Mystics But keep it in mind, though, there's other people that are on the Mystics. Why am I? Damn, I'm high. Hold up, give me a second.
No worries. Yeah, I get
Mystics.
it.
Why do I forget who the Mystics is playing that fast?
Oh, the Aces?
There you go. I couldn't think of the name. There's a lot of people on the Aces. No,
Yeah,
these
I
edibles
can
got
see.
me like,
Oh, no, hey, I'm trying to get to your level right now, Justin. And I can see why people are on the Aces. First game without your star player theory.
I
Very
get it.
popular theory.
I get it, but I like the Mystics. No, I
Yeah.
love the Mystics.
I agree. I'd rather bet the Mystics, but everyone knows I'm just a market hound here. So agreed there. Justin, recap your action here real quick for the people that weren't listening.
I got Juan Soto over 1.5 bases plus 125. I got both of these bets are shot. I got the Orioles money line. Both of those is official. I got CJ Abrams over 1.5 bases minus 103. You can get plus 106 now. And I got the Mystics money line minus 112. If it's higher for the show purpose, I'll still take it. But I'm taking the money line. I'll make that official. And I got the Lynx and the Sparks over 163.5. That's my favorite bet of the entire WNBA slate. And I'm not going to, at the current number, I'm not going to make the Lynx. I did bet the Lynx when we recorded the show yesterday. Me and Braun and Ramon, we agreed, like, if they lose last night, it's a smash spot. And I got 6 or 6.5, but I'm not going to endorse 7.5 when I got 6 or 6.5.
That makes sense. I'm officially going to be on the 164 with you, Justin. Over 164 in Sparks, Minnesota.
Where it's at now?
Yeah, that's where it's. That's
I'll
what I
take
just bet at. So
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm on there with you, Justin. We'll ride together here.
And what I'll do is I'll text you when we got off the phone. So that's 1, 2, that's 5. That's 5 plays now.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, please
2,
do.
3, 4.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
text you as soon as we get off.
And by the way, I signed up for the WNBA League Pass last year. I didn't watch a second of it. Those motherfuckers, they got me again, Justin. I forgot to cancel it, and they charged my ass. And I was like, fuck.
No, that's how they get you.
Yeah, so I'm now a loyal subscriber for 2 seasons of the WNBA League.
No, that's
Pass.
why you got to go out and buy one of them vanilla gift cards. When you do shit like that, you just got to put the money on there and let them take it. That way, when they try to take it again, it's not there.
Apparently so. That's what I fucking need to do. But
At
I'm a
least
subscriber, so I'll be watching tonight.
You might as well watch it. You're paying for it for 2 years.
Yeah, shit. Well, Justin, this is the same guy that had 2 years of season tickets for UTSA football. Didn't go to one game, so
that's crazy.
I can't say much. But
I'm gonna have Penn State tickets this year.
Yeah, well, I look forward to you and all the North Carolina guys getting together for Ohio State, Penn State, or where the fuck you guys?
No, I told Spoon. He in Ohio and I'm in PA, and my homie got season tickets, but he's not gonna be able to make it. So he ain't gonna be able to make it to none of them. So I definitely want to do Penn State and Ohio State, and I'm gonna have Penn State futures. Just Big Ten though, no championship.
Yeah, well, Justin, I'm doing my college football capping, which means I'm just playing the college football video game. Penn State's pretty good. We'll see if Drew Allard's that guy. We'll see if Drew Allard's that guy. That's how I'm learning all the names this year. I'm like, Nicholas Singletary, pretty good.
So you just play the game system and then be like, that's another guy I never heard of.
Yeah, you should, Justin. That's how I was high on DJ Lagway last year. I was like, Graham Mertz's fucking terrible in this game. We got a backup quarterback that's 10 times as good as him. And now DJ Lagway is that dude.
You shouldn't admit that in public.
Well, I'm not a college football capper, so that's...
Yeah, but when you say things like that...
Well, Justin, I say much worse. You know this.
You do.
You know this.
You do.
I mean, come on. I have no shame. But I appreciate all you do here, Justin. I thank you for watching the programs every day. And even though you're not going to be with us this weekend, I'll be thinking about you a lot tonight in this WNBA.
I'm leaving. I'm going to still put my plays in the chat. And but I'm leaving early in the morning. It's only like a 6-hour drive.
Only a 6-hour drive. Sheesh. Well, I wish you luck, Justin. Anything else you want to plug before we get you up out of here?
I already plugged it, Tony's. That's where I'm at. I'm on Tony's picks like every single day.
Well,
Actually,
beautiful.
twice a day.
Tony's picks. Go give him a subscribe. Go follow Justin McKelvey on
Yeah,
Twitter.
catch our videos. Put a little comment on there. Like, fuck with me, y'all. Like, I'd fuck with y'all. Shit.
Please do. Please do. I'm going to go subscribe to Tony's picks as we speak, Justin. Thank you very much. And by the way, I heard Pete call you Justin and McElvey, and I was like, God damn, Justin's going to kill Pete when he sees him. And I had to laugh.
No, he's doing that on purpose. I can't wait to start slandering his name.
Pete Loshak here.
Oh, no, I'm going to come up with in 2 weeks because he ain't going to be there. But I'm going to come up with a cool-ass name for him.
Okay, good. Well, I can't wait to see it, and we can't to hear it, Justin, and I can't wait. So
then I'm going to need to link that day.
I got you. No problem.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Later, Justin, of course. That's our guy, Justin McKelvey, Stacks Play of the Day. Join him. Go follow him on Twitter. Go give him a subscribe on Tony's Picks here as well and tell him that he sent you as well. All right, well, beautiful, guys. It was a great show. Our guy, Jimmy the Bag, is probably halfway to the 604 already. So shout out to Jimmy. Thanks, everyone, for watching the program. Everyone that stuck around here when Jimmy left here. TJ, AM, Ron Crawford, Nasty Nate, Redbeard, Remos, Voodoo Ranger, Fernando Mendoza, Action Jackson in here as well. Sloan, my man, thanks for jumping in here as well. Wine Time Sports in the chat, and he'll be on screen tomorrow as well because we have a betting with Bouquett starting tomorrow. It'll be the last, Pub Sports Radio betting with the bag show for a little bit here. Monday, obviously, there won't be any betting with Bouquet, but we'll have Medicate Monday, and then I and Dabby Cab will be hosting the Home Run Derby stream. Or I should say Dabby Cab. I'm just coming to help and be any help I can be. So Dabby Cab will be hosting that. And by the way, again, reminder, one for my last one in Home Run Derby picks, guys. So if you guys want a Home Run Derby pick, you know where to come, right here. So can't wait. Come and watch us on Monday. We've got the week off because of the the All-Star break, but we appreciate you guys. Come back here again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern start time for Betting with Bouquet. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. And let's leche a los bookmakers.